Go! Are we live?
Wow,
We're live. We're live.
we're live.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, is simple. Wait, no Slim today?
Yeah, no
No
Slim
Simple
today.
Slim?
Maybe he'll pop up. Maybe he'll pop up.
Hey, Slim, if you hear us, since you didn't come up last year,
It's been a
I
year
didn't ask.
since then.
Huh?
It's been a year since then already.
Yeah, and also, let me warn you, I forget some of the stuff. My brain blew up. So uh, some of them I go, oh wow, I did that. Remember that. But um, like for
Well,
instance, I don't remember Slim was ever in the video.
oh, you don't? Okay, so did you rewatch it or something?
Yeah, we watched it, and I go, oh wow, Slim was in the video.
Yes,
He
yes.
was he
Because
was
he
actually
was
called from the hospital.
because I think he was supposed to be the guest, and I was a
Yeah,
last minute fill in, just like I was a
yeah,
last
yeah.
minute fill in today. I just want to say though, even though I'm always a last minute thought, I never get invited onto streams anymore. So I do appreciate you. I think in the last 2 years, in fact, I reckon the only streams I've been asked to come on as a guest is from you and Otaku. So I did this last year, even though it was last
Uh-huh.
minute, and then I did this time this year, and then Otaku and Jeff, I hung out with them too, like maybe a couple months ago.
Um, oh,
But even
there's
them, but even them, the only reason they invited me is because one week I was in the chat, and they're like, "Oh, you should hang out with us one day." I was like, "Sure, please invite me to something."
probably because they probably think it's hard to synchronize the time, right? Because like
Maybe that scares people off, but I think it's because I'm not really around anymore. Like I'm not there much for live streams. I rarely go live myself. I'm just doing my thing. So I think yeah, I'm not really around much. So people forget about me because there's a lot of new channels. I mean, and I don't know because I don't watch the community videos quite as much as I used to. You know, I used to like literally that's all I used to do, and then I started spending a bit
we
more
are
time.
we are cross streaming Spidey. We are cross streaming
Yeah,
Matt
so
Spidey right now.
he gets mad. He gets mad. Spidey gets mad when that happens. He'll be like, "Oh, you're trying to steal my views." It's like no one's trying to steal your views, mate. No one's trying to steal your views. Calm down. He always gets very offended. So,
I mean,
but mate, what? But here's the thing: Mad Spidey streams sometimes for 8 hours. What is no one allowed to stream on this day?
I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, he's gonna stop
And Matt
talking to you.
Spidey, Matt Spidey, if you're listening, you're coming in here listening. um, uh, I only do this once a year, okay? And I mean, we inviting people over and talking. I mean, I don't do this, but I noticed that nowadays people are just live streaming. That's just way, you know.
Look, I get it. It's easier to live stream. Also, there's a lot of people I think who
Uh,
prefer to watch live streams because you know you've got the interaction. It's a different thing. You know, I've always been a video creator. In fact, when I first found the community, and I was so excited when someone asked me on a live stream. I always any opportunity, but like it was always hard to line up because I had to work all the time, and it was only like 2 days a week where I might be free. And these days on my days off, I like to normally do things. But hello, NammaN. Hello, Jeffrey. Oh,
hey,
he's that big Kiss fan friend of yours.
hey, he's no, he's Kisami. I
Just
think Jeff has every Kiss albums, every single one. So, and then he got CDs and all that too. I think he has like 3 or 4 stereo systems. He's a uh, you know vinyl community?
yes. Well, I'm not part of it, but yes, I know that there is a vinyl community. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I started out with the vinyl community before
Okay.
I went to comic community,
Um,
and so that's
let me ask this. I don't know if you know, but Jeffrey might know, right? So, on my vinyl copy of Love Gun, wait, that's not the, that's not, is that the album name? Is Love Gun an album name? I can't remember the name of the album now. Is it Love Gun?
uh, what's the question? I don't know.
Well, on
There's
one
a
of my
love gun.
yeah. So the Love Gun album, right? I just looked it up. Yes, I was correct. Whew. Uh, some Kiss fan I am. So on my copy of Love Gun on vinyl, the track listing on the back is not correct. So the track
Oh, really?
listing is not the correct order that it plays on my vinyl. And I was always like, is that a mistake? Is that on all of them? I never really knew. So
Well, Jeff would know. Jeff would
because
know, I think.
Kiss and Queen were the first two bands I ever got into as a kid. Like the first two, when I say that, I mean like the first two bands where, before that, I just listened to music as a kid. But Kiss and Queen were the first two bands that I'd listened to their albums, and listen to a whole bunch of their songs. So you always look
Mhm.
back as those two bands as my first two, my introduction to really enjoying music was Kiss and Queen. And you know why? Because
Why?
I think Kiss came first because of Bill and Ted, because of God Gave Rock and
Oh,
Roll at the end of Bill and Ted.
uh-huh.
And then Queen came because of Bohemian Rhapsody and Wayne's World. So I used to love those two
Oh,
movies when I was younger. And
because it was via movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Do
how
you
it happened.
know? Do you know my origin story about Kiss?
No.
My very first concert.
Oh,
My
okay.
very
That would have been a
first
hell of a concert.
concert. My very first concert was Kiss. You know how
I
old
didn't
I
know
was?
Kiss were around in 1950. um,
All
yeah.
right.
So
All right. Bye
what do you
bye.
know? What year was that?
1975. 1975.
Oh wow! So that would have been like their early days, right? That would have been like
Yeah, yeah.
before the pyrotechnics and all that sort of stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. There's still
Oh, they
spitting
still have that?
bloods and
Oh,
there's
okay,
still
yeah, yeah,
spitting
yep,
fires and
yeah. I feel
uh,
like all the pyrotechnics came in the 80s because that was like the thing to do, and they were like, I love how like there's that interview with Paul Stanley, and when they talk about their show, and they're like, all these bands want to, put on a big show with all the flashy fireworks stuff. Like we're gonna show you, we're gonna show you how the big boys do it.
no. They did that back in 1975. I
Okay,
I swear uh I swear to this day, Kiss had the best stage
best
show.
live show. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
period.
I always forget that. So when people ask me what's the best live, and sometimes if I have to think about it, it means I've forgotten. And then sometimes it comes to my realization. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I've seen Kiss. If you've seen Kiss, it is the best live show. Like I remember the first time I saw them. We were so it's a big stadium, right? So the stage is here, and then you got the general admission all lined up here, like standing up. And I was like in the seats, in the seated area, right, looking straight at the stage. So we're all the way back here, and Paul Stanley on stage is like, "Hey guys down the back, I'm coming over to you." And then he jumps on this thing and he flies over, and he's literally standing on this tiny little stage, like 10 meters away from me. It was like the craziest thing. It was so good.
Nowadays, I noticed uh, they have this strap on. They tie
Oh, a
themselves
strap
to
on.
the. Yeah, they have strap on. I mean, they'll. What they when they in their last concert 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. The final world tour, which took like 5 years to do. Yep.
So, I mean, these guys are old guys, you know.
Yeah, yeah, they are. It's funny because they still
Yeah,
look the same when they put the makeup on.
yeah, of course. But the- I think Jim Simmons say it was like putting all those on is like about like I don't know 50 to 100 pounds putting all those things on
Yeah,
and they're still performing and jumping around and stuff. I mean that, that's I don't see how they were able to do it when they're older. When they're
yeah,
young,
right.
I get it,
Well,
but
Paul Stanley's pretty fit, so
well, I
but
think
yeah,
Gene
Gene doesn't look like he would be fit.
that guy look like he partied too much, but
Yeah.
and he sound like he partied too much, but
Actually, I think he doesn't party really. I think it's all like because there was that reality show about them, Family Jewels, about Gene Simmons' family. I think he doesn't really party. Like he doesn't drink or
or
anything. I don't think.
yeah.
Like he parties by just sleeping with women. But did he really sleep with all those women?
Yeah, I think those are. I don't know. That That's what I mean. I like I like the Kiss band, but and I even like a Gene Simmons persona, but I never really like his stories. I don't know. I never liked his stories. I mean, someone's wife. That was kind of come on. No, no, no. I mean, but
That's what I see back when I was in a band. That's what I wanted. You know, I wanted the sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle, and yeah, there was never any sex. uh,
those didn't happen. Was
yeah, no,
I don't think you
I
ever.
thought I'd get all the chicks from being in a band, but I would say it's a myth. Or maybe you got to be a good band. I don't know.
Uh, I had the same kind of mindset about having a Corvette, and that
Yeah,
never worked out either.
yeah. Yeah, you know what?
Uh,
But see, the thing is, the Corvette could get you a girl, but the problem is, 6 months later, you lose the girl, and the Corvette goes with her.
well, well, it didn't turn. I wasn't that lucky either. If- but yeah, when I was 12, I went to Kiss concert. That's
12.
no, so but that's before I even speak the language. I didn't even speak the language. I came to the
Oh
United States
wow,
when I was
really?
11, right?
Sorry,
And I
so how? Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
so I was 11 when I came to the United States.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna. Okay, yeah, you're
Right.
11. Okay, and you didn't speak English at all.
I didn't speak English. I had 1 year of English speaking lesson, right?
Yeah,
And then also I never been to movie. I've been to movie theater twice, big one. I mean, back then big ones not today's miniature theaters, right?
yeah,
And never been to concert. And when I came to Oklahoma, this guy said, "Hey, I made a friend with this guy, and he asked me to come over to his house." And I spent the night and say, "Hey, my dad's gonna take us to a Kiss concert. You wanna go?" And I say, "Yeah." I didn't
you
know
know
what
who
I
Kiss
was
were?
saying yes to.
Oh, you
Huh?
didn't know who Kiss were?
No, I never knew
Oh,
what
that
that
would have
was.
blown your mind. Imagine being in, well, it was the 70s, right? Imagine being
Yeah,
in the 70s. You couldn't speak English. You didn't know what Kiss were, and then you went and saw Kiss. That would have been the craziest experience.
yeah. I never seen anything like it either. I mean, nothing even similar to it.
Yeah, look, you probably still haven't seen a lot of stuff similar to it. Like, it's a great, yeah. They really went all out, and back then would have
Yeah,
been
so
like women there. Yeah.
I mean, they spoiled me for the concert. I'm going. Why isn't concert like a Kiss concert? Why isn't why isn't why is it
Are
like
we going to go there to kiss people?
like I went to Chip Trick was I actually like Chip Trick, but Chip Trick was a good concert. But like I went to ELO, I went to 38 Special. I mean I mean I like their music and everything, but hey, why you guys just sitting there? Why you guys why- you know, why you guys not you know why
See,
you guys
that's what
not
that's something I
go ahead.
wish I like. If people should say if you could time travel, I'd probably time travel back to like the 80s and see all those bands when they were like, still young. Because I saw all those bands when, they were kind of getting fat and old. So
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. So you saw them what time when you saw them?
first time I saw Kiss, I can't remember, but I want to say it was in the early to mid 2000s maybe. Um and I've seen them twice, maybe. So the first time I saw them, I think it was just them. I don't even know if they had a support. The second time I saw them, they came down with Motley Crue. So it was Motley Crue were the opening act for Kiss, which is crazy.
Oh,
Like that's a crazy gig, right? And I'd already seen Motley Crue once, but it was
hmm.
so funny because you would think that those two bands are kind of from the same era. I mean, Kiss is definitely older, but like you kind of think of those two bands and all those 80s kind of bands as the same sort of fan base, but they're really not. So Motley Crue play first, and I couldn't believe how little people cared. And you know what? Motley Crue have been past their prime for decades, right? Like the first time I saw Motley Crue was when they were doing their little comeback, you know, and that was decent. That was a good show. But this time they were like well washed up. And like Vince Neil would come out and be like, "Hey guys, you having a good time tonight?" And a massive crowd, and you hear just like one person go, like no one cared. And then I realized, oh, everyone here is actually here to see Kiss. They couldn't care less than Motley Crue. It was really weird because I like both bands, but yeah, just seeing that sort of crowd reaction, no one cared that Motley Crue were there. It was all about Kiss. And then Kiss played, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot you guys are the best band live ever. Oh, no, what happened? Hey.
Sorry, I do have a bad internet connection, so
Okay. Oh wait, does it
yeah,
just kick you out if you have a bad connection?
I guess.
You literally disappeared for a second and came back. Because that would be weird
Yeah,
if that was a feature on Restream. If your connection's bad and all of a sudden you just disappear.
yeah. Hold on, let me hold on.
Oh. Oh no, it's me again. Oh, there we go. Anyway, while NammaN's doing things, I actually prepared for. I didn't actually prepare. NammaN was like, I asked NammaN if I need to prepare anything. He goes, I don't know. Maybe bring some. What'd you say? I almost want to read it out loud of what you said to me because I thought my reply was pretty funny. What was
All
it?
right, you're gonna embarrass me in front of everybody? Well, not many people here. That's good.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, do I need to prepare anything? And NammaN says, you want to show art of Asians? and, I said, so art by Asians, but like art by Asian artists or art of Asian people? That's pretty funny. So I even changed. So normally I have a Detective Comics 880, the Joker cover, the jock one.
Mhm.
I normally have that in the background. I actually changed it for you today.
You got Bruce Lee back there?
Yeah. I changed my background just for this stream. And you know what? I'm too lazy to change it back, so that might Bruce Lee might live there for a little while.
Yeah, are you, how long have you been a Bruce Lee fan?
Since I was a kid in the 80s, I guess. Hey, old wolf, what's going on? Yeah, I used to watch Bruce Lee. So all my brothers are minimum 10 years older than me. So like my youngest brother on my mum's side is like 9, 10 years older, right? So in the 80s, I was like a little kid because I was born in 82 and they were already like teenagers, right? So in the 80s, they were showing me all these movies that I probably shouldn't have been watching. But Bruce Lee was huge in the 80s because he'd already died, right? So I always talk about, you might remember this. I always remember as a kid, you'd go to the video store and there was like a Bruce Lee section. And when I say there's a Bruce Lee section, I don't mean it's just his movies because he only made like 5 or 6 movies, right? He didn't make many movies. There was a Bruce Lee section that it was like Bruce Lee was a genre of movie because there were all these like B grade Bruce Lee movies that there was all the, there was
I
all
don't
these
have that.
there was all these Bruce Lee movies that didn't star Bruce Lee and they had all these fake imposter Bruce Lees. Like I think the most
Oh
famous one
yeah,
was
yeah.
Bruce,
Bruce
Bruce
Lie, Bruce
Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee with 5 E's, things like. So I remember that still as a kid. Like there was a whole section. I was like, oh, I haven't seen this Bruce Lee movie, and then now I know that it wasn't Bruce Lee in that movie.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I do remember. Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about like what was it? What was it?
It
What
was
was
like
that?
Bruce exploitation movies.
You're talking about like where you go rent a VHS, right? What was that
Yeah,
called?
a video
What was that
store.
place called? What's that
Oh,
video rental store called?
Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster. You had those in Australia?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I used to work at Blockbuster.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to work at Blockbuster when I was about 20 to about 20. I worked there for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that's one of the things that I suggest my dad, like when the before Blockbuster came, there was a like a video rental stores,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I said, Dad, you need to get into that business, get into that business and sell pizza and you know, you know, sell popcorns and all that, and my dad goes, no, son, and I've forgotten all about it, right? The Blockbuster comes in and they're kicking butt, right? And my dad goes, no, I should have listened to you. I go, what, Dad? What do you mean I should have listened to me? Remember you told me I should open the video store? Oh yeah, I remember that. Look at
What?
all,
So did you say pizza and video store? That's even better.
that's what I said. Pizza and video
Buy it. That's
store.
a great idea. Buy a pizza, rent a video. While you're waiting for
Yeah.
your pizza, you go and rent a video. That's mate.
Nothing I thought about actually at the time. I was saying, Dad, have a pizza store, have a video rental, and deliver to them both. You know, you know. y- So, hey, I want to order pizza and
Yeah.
and a movie, this movie, and you just deliver that.
Yeah,
And
okay, that's interesting. But I feel like if you did that, then no one would return your videos because they're like, mate, I didn't go pick it up. Why should I go take it back?
well, I mean,
Uh,
well, then we charge you. We charge you. We have your credit card, so we charge you for the movie.
that's true. That's true. I've got the I'll show you. I've got the Bruce Lee box set. I was very happy. I was very happy when I picked this up. The Bruce Lee
Oh,
videotapes they connect up.
oh, you got the mirror. You got mirror on. Can
Oh,
you
do
turn
I?
up the? Yeah. Can you set the?
Is it? Oh, it is too. How do I? Yeah, sorry. I saw someone do that the other day.
Yeah. Just go
Um,
to video setting. There's a video setting.
why
There
would
you
that
go.
be default? Don't you think that's weird to be default on Mirror?
I don't know why that. I don't know why that's default. There you go.
Look at that. I was very happy to get these.
Great.
I didn't actually know there was a box for it though. Like when I was looking it up on eBay, I was like, oh, there's an actual box that comes with it. I thought it was just the VHS tapes.
Hey,
Look at that.
look. Bruce Lee saved my life so many times.
Really? Oh, really? What did you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Huh?
What did you
No,
do?
no, no. Basically, this is what I was going to ask you about. How do you in Australia? In Australia, are you as a? I mean, did people treat you differently as United States? I mean,
Yeah, because I'm Asian.
yeah.
Um, definitely. I would say, yeah, yeah. Like when I was younger, there was definitely a lot more racism around when I was younger. Definitely in the '80s, still. Like we were getting there. Like people were, because like people were like, if you meet like me, a lot of people always say, oh, you're not Asian, you're Aussie, because I'm so boganish.
Uh huh.
And if you think I'm like that, you should see my brothers. Like, so all of us, so my brothers, different parents, different dad. So I'm the only child with my parents, and then both of them had previous marriages and kids from their previous marriage. So I don't really see I don't really see my siblings from my dad's side very often. But my mum's side, I kind of would see them a little bit when I was growing up as a kid. Um, so all of us kind of grew up with Australian. Like I didn't really grow up in like an Asian group. I mean, there were parts of my aspects of my life that were, but most of my friends at school were Aussie. So, and when you're a kid, you don't see racism. If you are racist as a kid, it's because your parents were probably racist, right? So, but once I went to high school, and I went to an all boys school for a couple of years when I first started high school, and like there was definitely a lot of racism still then, but it wasn't like, it was just schoolyard bully stuff. It wasn't crazy. So definitely the world is different now, right? But definitely there was definitely much more. The racism was definitely around more back in the day.
Well, what happened to me is I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember. Can you
In
hear
your
me?
day, I'd imagine it would have been even worse.
Yeah. Well, back in I came 1974, right? And so it's remember Vietnam War
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
happened,
yeah.
and so before those people came over, I was in Oklahoma, and I was actually I was actually treated pretty nicely because I was actually treated like a monkey, right? They never seen. I'm in Oklahoma, and they never seen an Asian guy. And you go, oh, everybody go talk to that guy. Can you speak English? Can you say this? Can you say this cuss word? Can you, I mean, they just wanna, you know.
But in
So
your accent, you mean? Did they want you to say
yeah,
something? Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, not even accent. Even I didn't speak the language, right? So they try to, hey, you tell him that, son of a whatever, right? And
Yeah, teach you
they,
dirty
they
words.
were
Yep.
trying to come up with the worst one, and whichever is the worst one, and I get to cuss everybody off for free because like he say you're f you, you know what I mean? So and I remember doing that, and I had this girl. Um that was across the street from my house. She was living across the street from my house. I will always go to her and ask her, hey, what was this mean? What was this mean? One day I asked her, the B word, the son of a B word, just that one. And I asked, what's that mean? She goes, she had a hard time. She had a really hard time trying to tell me what that meant. And I, and also, when she did explain to me, I really didn't understand why that's such a bad word. But
Um, I would say that if anything, Bruce Lee is responsible, or like the first person, because obviously, again, back in the 70s, it would have been worse than the 80s, and the 60s would have been worse than the 70s with racism. I always sort of attribute Bruce Lee to kind of being the person who kind of made Asians cool. Like,
yeah,
don't
that's
you
what I'm
think?
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
like that's
That,
he
that when
kind
I
of
say he saved
he
my
put us on the
life,
map.
because they automatically assume I knew something,
Yeah. Oh, well, you
so they will not
wait.
mess with me.
Did you know nunchucks back then? Because you
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no, no, okay, 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 okay. Nunchak. That's because of Bruce Lee, right?
Yep.
And I I already knew Taekwondo already at the time
Oh,
because
really? When
I
you were
was
11? Oh, that's like
yeah,
compulsory for you guys, right?
yeah. When, I mean, they taught Taekwondo in school in the morning time, like a morning
Yeah.
exercise. So, and when I saw Bruce Lee movies, when I came to the United States, everybody loved Bruce Lee, right? And they will always go, "Oh, Bruce Lee," and so I go, I better actually learn something, you know, because they will start fight with me, and if I just pause a little bit, they go, "Oosh, okay, leave me alone, Bruce Lee."
That's funny.
so, so I go, I better actually learn something. So that's why I taught myself a nunchuck. So
Sorry.
I start.
What's going on? Sorry, I'm trying
Mhm.
to bring up the just so if people didn't see it, when NammaN showed up on my stream, it's been a couple of years now, but why is my desktop's being really weird? I mean, my laptop's being really weird. I can't click on things. Um, NammaN. So I used to do a stream called Collectible Show and Tell, where people would bring on collectibles and
What
talk
happened
about
to
the
that? What
story.
happened to that?
It just became. I want to bring it back. I've been talking about bringing it back for over a year now because I haven't done it for over 2 years now. It's been a while. People forget.
Yeah.
um, but NammaN did one of the most unique moments in the history of that live stream where he brought nunchucks, but he actually filmed a pre-recorded video to show him because he couldn't do it in front of his laptop,
Yeah,
so he pre-recorded this really cool video of him doing his nunchuck tricks, and I was blown away. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. My bloody, why is this happening? For some reason, I dragged the screen over to my laptop screen so I could share it, and then
oh no.
I can't click on anything.
Oh,
Hang on, let me try again. I'll do it on this screen here. But yeah, man. So when did you learn so you did taekwondo? When did you start
Yeah.
that?
Taekwondo, I was when I was a little boy. I mean, in Korea, that was like morning exercise.
Yeah.
Morning,
Okay. Yep.
and then actually, when I was like, I came to United States 11, so I was like 9, I think.
Yeah.
I, I want to. I always get beat up. I was even in Korea, I was the smallest kid, so I always get
Yeah.
beat
Okay.
up. It does. It does. Everybody knows Taekwondo, okay? I mean, I mean,
So like schoolyard fights were like martial art contests, were they?
no, I mean, it's just fist fight, just regular fist fight.
Okay.
But then my dad decided that he's gonna take me to real Taekwondo school. Where they train the police academy. So that's where I
Yeah.
learned my stuff. And but when I came to the United States, all of a sudden, I mean, at least I wasn't the smallest dude when I was in Korea. I was pretty small, but I wasn't smallest dude, right? I come to the United States, I'm the smallest dude and the smallest, even among girls. So
Even among girls. Yeah, well, I feel like girls grow quicker in the younger age, and then they stop, and then all the guys then catch up and then overtake. That's how I found it was in school.
hey, Brian, but
Um,
so I I had a oh okay, let me
no,
see.
keep telling your story, and we'll get to this.
Yeah, yeah. So uh, I had to learn nunchuck because everybody was so impressed with Bruce Lee. Everybody called me Bruce Lee, right? So I had to learn
That's
nunchuck.
that's so
I had
racist.
to. Yeah.
Bruce Lee. I would have a cool nickname there. I'd be happy if you called me Bruce Lee. All right.
So,
So because people called NammaN Bruce Lee,
oh,
you have to live up. You have to live up to the name. So this is from a couple of years ago when NammaN was
this is about
still in
three
his
years ago.
prime. Have you seen this? Wait. So when did you stop doing Taekwondo? Like when you came to the US, or?
No, I actually kept on doing and actually taught at college too.
Oh, really? Wait. So back in the day,
Yeah.
you could really
Huh?
spin kick someone's ass. Really? Why
I
did
had to
you?
do it because I couldn't just bully I mean I couldn't just bluff my way through, right? I had to know something.
Oh,
So,
okay, so NammaN, yeah, don't mess with NammaN. NammaN's like, yeah, legit. All right, you guys ready? For however many people are watching, get this. Here we go. Whoa, oh, it's
you got
a little
slow.
bit laggy. Oh, there we go. It's catching up. Whoa, oh, look at that. And
Well,
keep
this
in
is my
mind, this is like NammaN when he was still only 80. Look at that. Man, I was blown away. Look at us on the side. We're just like, what the hell? Whoa, look at that. How good is that?
lost.
Yeah.
I lost 35 pounds since that time.
Really? Yeah, you look you look like yeah, you look like you've lost some weight. You look
Yeah.
good. I need to lose some weight now.
Yeah. Well, no, I try to. I lost some coordination because of stroke.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but I could do some of it still.
I've seen some like TikTok and Instagram reels of people who are crazy at it, right? And they do the thing where like they'll throw it up in the air first and catch it and then start spinning. And then they end up with it like just around it, like they flick it so then it
Yeah,
lands on their neck. And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
how many times do you hurt yourself while trying to practice that? Oh, you practice with fake ones, like foam ones, wouldn't you?
The the those are not those. Am I bad? Am I bad?
Yeah, yeah, back.
Yeah, those are not too bad. really hard one is when I'm going around, when you are going around your neck,
Yeah,
because nunchuck will come around,
hit
hit
you in the
you
head.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are it's actually easier than one going by your balls, right? That's one of the that's you think that's the most scariest one, but it's going around your head is the most scariest one.
It could choke you as well, couldn't it?
But but my dad was welder at the time. He went to oil rigs and welding stuff, and so I put that on. I put that thing on, and I learned myself how to nunchuck. All those tricks I taught myself. Uh, but uh, but nowadays I could teach someone that way, and everybody learn it just like that. But it took
Really?
me like a month, yeah, because once you show people how it's done, before when I was doing it, I was like, what can I do to make it look fancier, right? So I had to, I thought I was inventing stuff, but people already knew.
Um, yeah, well, okay, maybe I should learn. I'll buy some fake one, like the foam ones, just because I don't want to hurt myself.
No, it's what's if I could show somebody how to do. I mean, I teach a whole bunch of little kids how to do it really quick, and they learn it. But it really pisses me off because it took me forever to learn myself.
Well, if
But
you learn, yeah, if you learn by yourself, if you're
yeah,
self-taught, then I'd imagine it'd be hard.
yeah, but yeah, it's yeah. There's I still have that chuck. That's like over 40, 50 years old. Yeah, 50
Wow.
years old now. Yeah,
My
40.
oldest brother did have nunchucks under his bed. I don't think he knew how to use them. He just randomly had a whole bunch of different weapons under his bed back in the 80s.
Shuriken. You know
um,
what shuriken is?
a ninja star?
Yeah, ninja stars. Yeah,
Yeah,
shuriken.
no, I don't. I do know someone who did, but I don't think my brothers had ninja stars. I do remember it was like one of my parents' friends' son who was a lot older than me. He was like, he would have probably been like teenage, and I was like a little kid, and he was like, "Hey Simon, look at this," and he showed me all these ninja stars. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Can I throw one?" He's like, "No."
This becoming a you interviewing me instead of me interviewing you.
Let me just get the cat out. Anybody scratch on the door and then don't want to stay. All right. So,
So, what do you got to show us? What do you got? Do you have many Asian artists in your area?
I mean, yeah, I'd imagine. Well, depends what you mean. If you mean like by famous ones, then I don't know about that. But like,
I mean,
yeah, I
like
mean,
I mean,
so,
I mean, uh, even people that are brought to my channel. I mean, like, what is his name? Uh, John Boy. Do you know John Boy?
yeah, yep, John Boy Myers, yep.
I mean, I guess he's pretty famous. David
Yeah, I
Nakayama.
mean, like, there's plenty of Asian artists. I don't, I can't say that I know too many that are like published and like
In
known.
Australia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In
Like,
Australia, yeah.
they probably are, but I don't know of them. Um, because yeah, obviously you guys have a lot more people in that industry than we do over here. It's harder, I'd imagine, for us to get into it.
Not many of us now. Yeah, yeah. That was those are fun times when I was able to do that. But uh, because uh, now, so when you go to show, do you get to see any artists
Yeah,
or
yeah. So
writer?
when I go, like the cons, there are artists normally. Some of the like comic and toy fair things, depending on which event, some of them will have artists like an artist alley as well. But yeah, of course. I mean, there's artists of all types of races. But yeah, I can't say I know any that are like I guess known and published. But some of the artists are crazy. Like it's some of the art you see, you're like, this guy could easily be a published artist, but maybe I just don't know. So
I mean, one thing I don't mean to be, I guess, bias. Yeah, bias. Bias is it, right? I noticed there's uh, first, you know, there seem to be a lot of Asian people doing art,
Yeah, yes,
and
absolutely.
they're
So my yeah,
so
I've never been
like,
great at it. My dad was a really good artist. My brothers, a couple of my brothers were really good as well, and they just did it like it wasn't like they were trying to be an artist. They just would do it sometimes, and they were just like my dad was really good, and so was a couple of my brothers. When I was into Ninja Turtles back in the day, two of my brothers used to always draw Ninja Turtles for me, and they were so good. Like so, I wish I still. Oh man, I wish I had still had some of them because some of them were like amazing how good they were at it. And they just used to do it. Just it wasn't even a hobby. I don't think it was just something they could do. Yeah, I know what you mean.
mm, yeah. I mean, let's say in the United States, you go to engineering department, there'll be plenty Asian guys there, right? Asian. If you go to, well, I've never been to art department when I was in college, but I, I just seems like just if you see people who made it to the art in comic books, there's so many. Like, I mean, I don't want to name names like Jim Lee, for instance. I mean, guy's now DC president, right?
Mhm.
And and then you got all these guys that's following him, and they uh, but I don't see too many writers though, Asian writers. You know.
Yeah, the again. Yeah, I can't. They. I feel like they probably want to draw more, maybe, than right.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty well represented in art department. I don't know if we're well represented in writing department, but but I was wondering if that was similar in Australia.
Yeah, like I can't think of many writers either. To be honest, yeah, you're right. I'm sure they're out there, but not that I know of. I do have my Lipway sketch cover just here as well. If you want to see that,
Sure.
which I already posted. It's been everywhere, but
Lipway,
my
is that Lipway?
yeah.
Let me go and make you big. Hold on. Let me. All right, see there. Oh yeah. Wow, that looks nice.
So he's coming back down to Sydney in a couple months. So what I'm going to do is, I have a friend who owns a comic shop here. I'm going to give this book to him to take to Sydney, and I'm going to get him because it's a double blank on both sides. So I'm going to get Lipway to do Ken on the other side. Thought that would be cool. And I've also got, I don't know if you've seen this one. I did a video showing this one, but this is my other Lipway piece, which I'm pretty happy with.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was funny. So when he asked me, he goes, "What character would you like?" I was thinking, "Oh, I reckon he probably hasn't done an Erica Slaughter before." So I mentioned, "Oh, Erica Slaughter from Something's Killing the Children." He goes, "Oh, I love Erica Slaughter." I was like, "Oh," and then I looked at his Instagram page. He's done heaps of Erica Slaughter stuff. It's like every comic artist has probably done. Like I think, "Oh, you've probably never done this character," but every artist probably has done every character. So
Yeah, I'm still working on yours. Believe it or not.
that's okay, mate. That's okay. Like I said, mate, you focus on you and your health, mate. It's more important
Yeah.
than my sketch cover. But if you ever have time, feel free.
Still working on uh like Brian want to do art book, and I'm going, Brian, I don't know, man. I don't think I can do art book right now, but
Brian wants to do an art book.
yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, wait, does he want you to do art for his book? You mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but I cannot commit to it right now because it's really I can do it. I can do it, but it's taking forever to do these things.
Yeah. Wow, that
It's
top
just
one looks
taking
great.
forever.
The
Yeah, but it's just taking forever. I cannot do it long. I can only spend like 5-10 minutes at a time. So
yeah. Is it like your concentration isn't the same anymore, or
no, the energy. I don't have the
okay?
energy, and the uh frustration. More frustrated. Get more frustrated. If I get frustrated, then I get high. My blood pressure goes up. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Um. Well, the other things I brought, because I woke up this morning, I was like, oh shit, I didn't prepare anything for this stream. But then I was like, oh, I was like, how am I going to go find like art, like Asian artists randomly through all my comics? And then I realized some of my boxes are sorted by artists. Yeah.
Oh,
So I bought a couple of boxes here of specific artists, and some of them happen to be Asian. Oh, would you believe it?
uh,
Um, so let me.
and that's what That's what I was hinting at. I was hinting at that. There's a you you have a lot of Asian artists in the comic book nowadays.
All right, so obviously, won't go through every single book, but in this box, this collection contains. I've got some. No, I'm just going to go through the artists that are in this box. I got Jenny Frizen, I got Sonia Matas, Luana Vecchio, and Rian Gonzalez, who happens to be Filipino. I think she is.
Oh, okay, okay.
Do you know Rian Gonzalez, don't you?
No, I
She
don't
does all
know,
the
but
bright.
sounds
She
like a
does all the
Spanish
bright.
name.
She does.
Ooh,
Yeah, because her
ah,
husband's not Asian, I don't think. But she
oh,
does all
okay.
those real colorful. This is like one of Sarah's favorite artists,
Wow.
and all her covers have this very similar vibe to it. The same sort of color technique, the cutesy sort of things. There's always, well, this cover doesn't have, but she always has like random cats. Like there'll be covers, and you're like, why is there a cat? Like, look at this, Darkstalkers. Look at all
Aha.
those random cats.
Oh, I love it.
Why? I
And
guess that cover makes
she got a
sense.
cat paw. She has a cat paw herself.
Um, yes.
Is that a regular character that we know?
Yeah. That's a character from Darkstalkers. I don't know much about Darkstalkers though. This was just, I think Sarah. I don't know how she ended up with 2 copies of this, so she gave me one.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, she does a lot of DC stuff, but always
Uh-huh.
has the same. So she'll have the character, and then she'll do the little, the little cutesy chibi ones on the side as well. And
Poison
then yeah,
Ivy is never. I don't know. Poison Ivy. Ooh.
look at the cat. She always draws cats. They're just always there. Like, yeah, so she did a bunch of Catwoman ones, but yeah, that's like one of Sarah's favorite artists. Like,
I
look at all the
love that.
cats. All right, I won't show you all of them. Let's just go to. Oh, I like this one.
Woohoo!
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough, Rian. What else have I got? Okay, this box has 2 Asian artists in there. So this box features, I got some Adam Hughes in this box. I got Dave Stevens. Then I got David Nakayama and Art Germ. So let's go with some Akiyama. I've got plenty of Akiyama to show, but again, I'll just pick selected ones. This one here, I think I won from DJ Links. Zatanna cover. Oh, do you guys say Zatanna?
Tana.
Do you say Zatanna? How do you say it? Zatanna. Zatanna.
You asking the wrong dude.
This is like an older. This is an older Nakayama. I like Nakayama's older covers compared to his new ones. Why is the cat wanting to come in? Oh my god! Stop scratching the door. All right, cat's being annoying. All right, what else I got in here? Nakayama. Oh, this is a good one. This is a Zenoscope book. Cass. Oh my god, Cass. Man, my cat is causing chaos.
Actually, that's quite a bit different than normal Nakayama cover.
Right? That's why, yeah, like I'm saying, like I feel like he's a little bit. Like, I can understand that not everyone likes him because I feel like now he does so many covers, they are starting to look very similar. Oh my god, my cat's
Yeah.
got
Also, a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them nowadays looks like a lot of plastic. Too much plastic. There
okay.
you
Well,
go.
this one was an AOK from Bake the Snake. That's a good one. Oh my god, cat, what are you doing?
You got a new cat.
No, that's Sarah's cat.
Oh.
Do you want to
Oh.
go out or do you want to stay in? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah,
You want to
he's
destroy
causing.
things?
He's just being a nuisance. Love this one. This was one of my early ones that I was like, this is one of the covers that made me fall in love with Nakayama's work.
Oh yeah.
It's a great
That's
one there.
almost what do you call those?
Negative
Not,
space.
yeah, negative space.
Now look at this one. This one does not look like a Nakayama cover, right? Look at this. That doesn't look like
That's not.
Nakayama at all, does it?
No, no.
But there's this thing in the corner.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? And when I saw that, I was like, no way, that's a Nakayama. But it
Yeah.
is.
Do you know Dave Nakayama was on our show one time, right?
Yes, I do remember
Uh,
that. What else is in here? Oh, that's a weird one. Remember when Whatnot still making comics? Because this is one of those Whatnot books.
I love that.
This is another old one. Old Nakayama.
You see one of the reason why I don't like I mean I like it. I like him, but Scott Campbell,
Yep.
his face female face is all the same.
Yeah, so people are very much comparing Nakayama to J. Scott Campbell now, right? I think they're different, but I agree. I like J. Scott Campbell's older work again because his faces were a little bit different. Now they're definitely all the same. Like
Yeah.
they're always the same. They got that little mouse nose and
Yeah, yeah.
all right. I've reached the Art Germ section. Let's have a look at some Art Germ. One of my favorite covers of all time.
So Artyom is Asian? I didn't know Artyom was Asian.
Art Germ. I, I thought he was. I thought he was Korean, but I actually think he's like from Malaysia, maybe.
Oh,
Well, you
okay.
didn't know Art Germ was Asian?
No, I didn't know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. One of my favorites of all time.
Cool.
Signed. Shout out to Mark Kadisak for giving
I
that to
guess I
me.
never seen it. I never seen picture of Artyom, so I guess
Okay, so he comes down here. He was here just recently. He was here at the
uh
same time as
so he looks
as
Asian. He looks Asian.
yeah, he looks pretty Asian. His wife is normally with him, who also looks very Asian.
Because I had a guy named, I don't know if you know, Greg LaRook. I had him over, and he
Okay.
doesn't look Asian. His
I don't
son
think John
Justin.
Boy. I don't think John Boy looks Asian either.
Yeah, John Boy didn't look Asian. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe there should be a screening process. It's like, all right, so you don't look Asian. You need to bring paperwork to prove that. Yeah, let's get some good Art Germ ones. What's
John
Oh, I
Boy
love
is
this.
he's a good looking man. I got that one. Yeah. I don't have
John
too
Boy.
many new books anymore. Hmm? John Boy is a
John
really good
Boy.
looking. Yeah. So when I talk about, were you mistreated, when you're a kid or bullied on and stuff, it's like, I don't think he would have the same kind of treatment that I would have gotten.
It's like, no, man, all the girls love me. Classic Art Germ. What else is in here?
Hey, look. Look's here.
Oh, Hong Kong. There you go. There you go.
Oh,
I thought he
okay.
was, yeah. I always thought he was Korean, and then I thought someone told me that he was Malaysian, which is a lot of people in Malaysia are Chinese, right? Love this cover.
Okay, no problem. Hey, look, you wanna join? You have a link, right?
Hey, Cass, what are you doing? Cass, no, you're going. See ya. Bye. Bye.
Look, can you come up or not?
My cat was chewing on my Muhammad Ali versus Superman book.
Oh no.
So I was like, yeah, you're going. You're out of here. Bye.
That's a definite can't. I mean, that's definitely lockout there. So the Sarah's cat has been around since the other cat that you cat passed away like a
Um,
year ago, 2 year ago, year ago.
so my cat passed away. It's getting close to 2 years now. Yeah. It's weird how
Yeah.
fast time's gone. But no, so Sarah's cat moved in with us when we moved out together. So we waited probably 2 or 3 months after we moved in together. We moved her because her cat obviously was at her parents' place. So
Hey, mom.
um, very different cats. What's going on, Dave? Very different cats.
Mm.
It's
So
funny because like you think their cats are all the same, and like you'll do the things that you used to do with your cat, thinking that this cat will react the same way, but they're two completely different personalities.
so I mean do you have a dog?
Nah, never had dogs growing up ever. So I mean, I'd like to have a dog, but like one day, like Sarah's always like, if you're gonna get a dog, you need to give it a lot of attention. So I'm guessing that means maybe when I retire, I'll maybe get a dog. But
So so cat is you don't have to pay attention that much.
well, look, you do, but you like cats are fine on their own too. You know what I mean? So like cats, it depends on the cat. You know, like Sarah's cat's very needy. Like there's some cats that are very people cats, so they're like constantly being having company. Like my old cat, I would say she would kind of do her own thing and then just come want company when she wants it. You know, and then some cats are literally just loners who are just like, "Oh, you feed me, you pick up my shit, and I'll go do my thing." So, but dogs are always like wanting attention and stuff like that. I feel like cats don't always need your attention. They're happy to do their own thing sometimes. The funniest thing about Sarah's cat is he plays by himself. Like we've got so many toys, right? So sometimes I'll be like on my computer at night, Sarah's asleep, and all of a sudden hear this noise. I'll go out and he's just like playing, like he'll pick up a ball with his claw and then throw it himself. It's like, what?
Wow, that's a good. I mean, that's a sign of intelligence there.
Yeah, he's very playful, this one. Um, so well, my old cat was just a fatty, so all she wanted to do was eat. It's like if you ever went to my old house when I had my old cat, you would think I never fed my cat because she's always anytime you went to the kitchen, she would run in there, meow, meow. I'll be like, man, stop. People are gonna think I don't feed you. Uh,
Well, so you're pretty responsive then, I guess. But I don't know. I never owned a cat. I had a dogs, but they weren't. We didn't treat them well. But I don't know. I see. Sounds like you grew up Australian, right?
ugh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I was brought up Australian. Like my parents were still very like had old school Chinese values, you know what I mean? But I think it was more because I rebelled against it growing up. Like I didn't want to and you know what? It probably goes back to the whole racism thing, right? Like I'd never want to be stereotyped when I was younger. So I just did everything I could to not be stereotyped. So yeah, my parents were the typical Asian parents who wanted me to have, get good grades and grow up to be a doctor or a lawyer and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I mean, you can see me, right? I didn't even come close. So yeah, no, they definitely
Ah,
that's how they kind of tried to. I used to play piano when I was a kid. I didn't want to play piano, but when I was like, I don't know, 10, I was pretty good at piano, but not by choice. So,
that's
and like
interesting.
I had my
You did.
moments in school where I was quite smart. Like I was there were certain times in my life in school where like in my younger years, but by the time I got to my final 2 years of high school, I just messed everything up. I just cared about partying and things like that. So, but yeah, most of my friends also were also I had Asian friends growing up, but my core group of friends that I hung out with in school were like never, and there was that as well. Like at school, you'd have like a lot of the Asian kids because it's a massive Asian population here. Uh, there was a lot of the Asian kids who kind of just hung out with their own Asian groups, and then they would speak, their own language amongst each other as well. I was never, I was never in those groups, and they always looked
Hmm.
at me like I was a weirdo. Like they were like, "Can you speak Chinese?" Like, I was like, "I guess a little bit." So yeah, they kind of always looked at me like, "Oh, he's the Asian dude who hangs out with all the Guaylo,
Yeah,
or,
great. No,
or the white people." So
okay.
and then I
Actually,
and then I yeah.
go ahead.
No, you
Go
go.
ahead.
I was
Yeah,
just
no,
saying, and
I
then
mean,
obviously I got into the music thing. I hung out with punks and things like that, which was so far from Asian culture. So
see, I was sort of forced into, you call it Gueno. I was forced into
Guaylo,
that
yeah,
group because
yeah,
there was no other group,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, but uh,
In what do you guys call before high school? You got elementary. Is that what you guys call it?
there's elementary, junior high, high school.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so wait, what years? So we've got primary school and high school. We've only got two. So
Oh,
primary
really?
school is up to grade 6, and then from grade 7 to 12 is high school.
Oh, really? We have a we have a junior high school, which is 7 to 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Then next 3 years is high school.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in elementary school, I guess in primary school, there was a lot less. There wasn't a huge Asian crowd at the schools I went to anyway. There wasn't as many, but once I got to high school, they were everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. I mean, there was another Asian group because a lot of Vietnamese came over during the 1974, but there wasn't many Korean people. So I grew up as just, I mean, like you, right? Uh, but when when I came to Virginia, this the DC area, I noticed a lot of kids. The Korean kids I used to go to. I used to teach these kids at Bible school, and I noticed these guys are only socialize with the other Koreans because there's huge Korean community. Um, so like when I cook them chili, I don't know if you guys know what chili is over there.
look, it's not a big thing here, but I cook chili. It's like my one thing that if I had to cook for someone, that's what I would cook them because I'm confident with my chili. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, good. I'm a pretty mean chili cooker to myself, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
okay.
um, when I tell these kids, hey, you guys ever taste chili before? And they go, what's that? So I had to teach them what chili is, and you know how chili came about, right? Do you
No.
know?
Oh wait, isn't chili like considered Tex-Mex or whatever?
No,
Am I
not,
correct? Am I
not
wrong?
Mexican
Hey,
food
by
at
the way,
all.
you're like a third of the screen, and I'm like 2/3 of the screen. You're making
Yeah,
me feel
because
fat.
you're. No, because you were showing the comic book, so this
Okay, okay, okay.
this was a
Yeah.
good mode. This was a good mode. I guess I could do this, but so there's a bunch different setup. But n- the here, so back in the time when before the trains, right? We used to, during the cowboy times, they had to transfer these cows from, let's say, Texas to Chicago or Oklahoma to Chicago, right? And then they sell their cows that way, right? So they will, herd them and feed them with all the natural grass and all that, and they take them over there. So What would happen is, beginning of the trip, they would have a plenty meat. They would have cow or something, but as days go by, meat gets a little more rotten, right?
Yeah.
So to compensate for that rottenness, they will put a lot of powder in it,
Oh, okay. Yep.
and put more beans in it, and all, that's meat, and so that's where chili comes from. Is
Okay.
So it's not a gourmet dish. It's a
Yeah, but nowadays you can make it gourmet, right? Just
yeah,
buy a good level
yeah,
of meat, make sure it's not rotting.
yeah. You don't use rotten beef. We don't use rotten beef, But I mean, yeah. So uh, and we put beans because we wanted beans, not because there's no meat, you know. But yeah, the chili. So these kids didn't know what chili was, so I cooked them chili, and they finally tasted it. And I had to introduce them to a whole bunch different, you know, different type of American dish, like stroganoff. Di- Well, the stroganoff is not American dish, is it?
No,
But
I don't. Isn't yeah.
yeah, but still, I mean, still they're used to eating Korean food rather than you know, because
Well, Korean food's interesting. So, like, obviously, I don't know. I've had Korean barbecue. I've gone to places that have had like bibim bibimbap. How do you say it? Bibimbap.
bibimbap, yeah.
Like things like that. But some of the more fancier, trendier Korean places, I look at the food. I'm like, I feel like a stoner made this. Like, you've got so like you guys will put like little hot dogs in things, and like I don't know. I've seen a lot of dishes where I feel like it's kind of like you just use what you had in the fridge and chucked it into something.
well, well, that's what bibimbap is too, by the way.
Yeah,
Uh,
but at least the ingredients in it are a little bit more traditional. Like I had this dish once and it was almost like a pasta dish. It wasn't pasta. Oh, it's like the little rice cake things, but they kind of have
Tteokbokki,
a
tteokbokki, tteokbokki,
yeah, but then
tteokbokki.
the stuff that was in there was like chopped up little hot dogs and
Uh,
spam and stuff like
but
that,
those are those are fusion. Those are fusion, right? Those are fusion.
Okay, okay.
Because the there's a street food. You're talking about street food. Street
Okay.
food in Korea is changing by day. They're changing by day, right?
Yeah.
But
Um,
before before you talk before these kind of stuff, when it's when during Korean War, when the GI came to Korea to help Korea out against North Korea, uh, we used to call it you know what do we call those places, military base. The near military base, there'll be tons of food being thrown away, right, by military guys. And Koreans were like, those are times at the time we were like third country, third world nation, right? So we'll take all the leftover meat, leftover, even even if they meat think if they got bones, we'll take the bones because you can make a broth out of it. We'll take those things, and there'd be a whole business started up, whole business, because people who got those things will make soups and all that stuff. And then you talk about hot dogs and stuff. There would be hot dogs in there, if the cafeteria happened to have a lot of hot dogs left over, then that's what they got. And so yeah, we had a lot of those kind of, and it's called 부대찌개. Korean call it 부대찌개. 부대 is a base, military base. So American military base. 부대찌개. Jjigae is a stew. So it's a so yeah, we had those kind of food in Korea. But just like chili wasn't never a gourmet food.
yeah.
Now 부대찌개 is becoming a gourmet food because they're putting a lot of good ingredients in them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love cooking my chili. I just made some this week, and I like it because I cook big batches of it, you know, like a huge thing of it, and then it lasts us for like a week, you know, like or just have it for lunch every week, every day for a week or something like that.
Do you have a Frito pie? You know how to have a Frito pie?
A Frito pie?
Do you know what Frito is?
No.
Oh,
How do I spell it?
F R F-R-I-F-R-E-T-O F-R-I-E-T-O Frito
Wait,
It's a
Frito pie.
corn chip. Yeah, corn chip. It's like a not potato chip, but corn chip
Oh, it's a
made
corn
out
chip.
of
Yeah,
corn.
we have corn chips, but I've never heard of a Frito pie.
No, Frito. You never heard of a Frito chips?
No. Oh, is it the brand? Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Frito chip,
Oh, okay.
Frito.
No, we've got corn chips. So yeah, sometimes I'll just make a bowl of chili and I'll just eat it with corn chips. I'll just get like scoop into a corn chip and eat it with that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, would I take a bowl of corn chips, put chili on top of it, put cheese on it,
Yeah, it's like
maybe throw.
nachos almost. That's like nachos, right?
Yeah, almost nacho, but corn chip is tastier
We
than a
would do
nacho.
that. Me and Sarah
Yeah,
would do that sometimes, but I would just say we're making nachos, but we're using my chili. You know, it's
yeah,
same
eh,
idea.
yeah. But we put sour cream in there, sour
Yeah,
cream,
yeah.
corn chip.
Sarah goes hack on the sour cream. It's ridiculous. I'm like, I like
Yeah,
sour cream, but you know, I can't even see the food underneath it anymore.
yeah. So those are pretty good. But yeah, the thing about it is, yeah, you guys eat hot dog? I put
Oh
chili
wait, yeah,
on
you
hot
guys.
dog.
So there's a place called NammaN Chicken here, and they do K dogs. Is that a thing over there? K dogs. It's a corn dog, but
That's again another street food. That's another street food.
it's a Korean K dog, and they're like
Yeah,
super
it's
fancy
street
over
food.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a street food. It's street food. All those
Okay.
if you go to Seoul, all those food would have started from street food. Yeah. And yeah, those will be so they do a lot of that stuff already. I mean,
But they have one which is just cheese, and I was like, "There's no dog in here." I mean, like, there's no hot dog in here. It's just cheese. You can get one that's cheese and hot dog, but I was like, "How can it be a K dog if it's got no dog?"
well, because that's a K dog.
Yeah. I do say though, like I've been saying this for the last couple of years. Like, you know how earlier I mentioned Bruce Lee kind of made Asians cool back in like the 70s and 80s, right? I feel like now Koreans, like K-pop, is what's kind of making Asian culture, like the Korean and things have kind of like taken over as like the new cool Asians in America anyway. Down here, there's
That's
not as many Koreans.
did you ever thought that Japanese made Asian cool?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? They've probably been like kind of like behind the scenes holding up the flag with like the anime culture and just Japanese culture in general. I think a lot of people really gravitate towards Japanese culture. In fact, today there's a Japanese festival here, which
Uh,
I'm thinking about going to later. Um, but yeah, yeah, you're right. That
I
I
mean,
think people love Japanese culture.
I mean, I mean, was this sushi? When did sushi became a thing in Australia?
So I tried sushi when I was very young. My parents' friend had a Japanese restaurant. It was very popular. So that's when I first tried sushi, and I was in primary school still, and I loved it. But this is well before hand roll. So I always say sushi didn't become popular mainstream until they started doing the hand rolls, right? Back when I first tried it, it was just like the big, like you know, when they cut it and it's like a thing. Um, it wasn't popular yet, but I loved sushi. But then I can't remember, man. But it's been a long time now. But it definitely was a thing where all of a sudden sushi took over and everyone was loving it. I was like, man, I ate that shit when I was like 7. So
Yeah, and
it's been a
the
while though.
sushi was invented in China, by the way, but
Really? Didn't know that.
Japanese will take credit for it. I mean, but that's okay. I mean, that's the. I mean, they make a lot of good sushi food. I mean, a lot of seafood over there. But uh, it's been a long time since Japan was the one that made I mean, you got Bruce Lee, so that has to be China, right? Then you got, but I don't know if in Hollywood we ever were cool, except for Bruce Lee, right?
Jackie Chan.
He was comedy cool.
He was a joke. You know, in other
Yeah,
words.
yeah,
Jet Li. Jet Li was kind of. He wasn't nowhere near
generally,
as big, but you know.
yeah, yeah. Uh, So I don't know, but one thing that I think Korean is able to do right now, the Korean, the K-pop, those are
People like
considered pretty cool, I get.
Korean movies are popular. I think the
But
difference is there hasn't been a Korean star, right? Like in Hollywood. But Korean movies, like the genre itself, like K drama, like what is that? It's Korean drama. It's like, why isn't it
yeah,
just a drama? That's Korean. Like, why is it going to be? But like Korean movies are huge now,
yeah.
and I think again it all leads back to K-pop because a lot of the K-pop artists and stuff will be in a lot of those movies and things like that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Just uh, Hollywood wise, it was for a long time. It was like, what was that? White Castle guys. What are those two guys?
Harold
You
and
know what I'm
Kumar,
talking?
yeah,
Yeah, those
John
guys,
Cho,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's just in Hollywood. It's just Asian guys are just to be made fun of, right? It's just it
Yeah,
never was a
there definitely hasn't been a breakout person for a while.
even Jackie Chan. I don't know if he ever had a hot leading star. You know that.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like a hot lead,
Yeah,
as in
yeah.
like
He's
poster?
like he never was ladies' man in any of
So he,
his
I
movies.
get this right. So get this. No, so there was. So he had that movie, The Tuxedo, with Jennifer Love Hewitt, right? Do you remember The Tuxedo?
Yeah, vaguely,
Oh,
vaguely.
it was on TV the other night. But Jennifer Love
Yeah,
Hewitt was like my high school crush, right? And at the end, like she's like the female character in it, right? And at the end, I was like, oh my God, are they going to kiss? There's no way they're going to make it happen. Of course they don't, right? There's no way. Jackie Chan never got to kiss the the American actress who'd be playing the female role, right? But
right, right.
there was one movie where he did. Um,
When was that?
it was a movie called The Medallion, and it wasn't like a huge movie. It might have got a cinema release. It was a bad. It wasn't a great movie. It had Claire I can't remember how to say her name. Claire Florani or something. And then they kiss at the end of the movie. But actually, if you see in the, you know how he always has the outtakes at the end of the movie.
Oh,
She, you see her actually say, "I am not missing out on a chance to kiss Jackie Chan." That's what she said. I was like, man, he's like 80. What are you talking about? He's so old.
yeah. I don't know. We were never cool. We were never cool. I don't know. It, maybe in Australia, but in America, I don't know if we were ever Asian guys were ever cool, portrayed
Can
as
you
cool.
can you just give me 1 sec, mate? I'll be back in a minute.
Okay,
Entertain the
so,
masses.
all right. Oh, where's my nunchuck? I need to be something cool here. All right. Any anybody out there? Oh, let me see if anybody could come up here.
Sorry.
All right. What happened?
Oh, Sarah just let me know that she was leaving.
Oh, you don't yet? Don't you have to go with her?
No, because her plans got changed. So we were supposed to go somewhere, and then she was going to go to her friend's lunch, but then her lunch got moved early. So yeah, I'm all good. But yeah, I think I might go to that Japan festival in a bit.
Is there a content for you?
I might be members only content. I don't know if it's really for my regular channel because I don't know what's going to be there. It'll be probably like
Okay, wait a
food.
second. Wait a second. What is this members What is this member stuff? Why can't we watch everything? Huh?
Because I don't think a lot of so people watch my channel for a specific type of content, and the stuff I do on my members is different. I don't want to like I don't want to do a vlog or something and go to like a toy event or something like that and make it members only. That's stupid, right? Because that's what people watch my channel for. But
Mm.
like the members only content I do is different. Like the other side of me. If you care to know more, like I do a video series called Simple Stories, and I literally just sit there and tell you stories about my life. And that's one of my favorite video series. But I make it so only 20 to 30 people can watch it because it's not really. I think if I released it on my regular channel, it wouldn't get that many views anyway. So yeah, I want to have my members' content to be something because there's a
Oh,
lot
do they
of
like? Let me ask you. Do they like it? Do they like it?
yeah, some people love it. Some people love that the simple stories thing. Like I told a story about like when my dad passed away. Like I told a story about the last thing he ever said to me and stuff like that. Like that was the most of my stories a little bit more like whoa, like a wow, like a holy crap, that's crazy story. That was a little bit more of a. I was like, you know what? Today I'm doing a heartfelt story about my dad, and we just talked about a relationship that I had with my parents growing up. Which because I wasn't close with my parents growing up. I got closer with them later in life. Um,
Mm.
because like I said, I wasn't the I wasn't the poster, the perfect kid that they wanted. So yeah, I wasn't
Mm.
necessarily close with them.
How long your dad passed?
That will be coming up to 3 years soon.
Oh, so that was not too. Wow, we missed that. Then we didn't. We never knew that. So that was never available in public.
No, it must have been because I remember I made a post on Instagram. I never announced it on YouTube or anything like that. I think I made a post on Instagram about it.
Because I knew about your cat dying, right?
Yeah,
But
so my cat was probably about a year after my dad. So my dad was sick for a long time. So for as long as I've had my YouTube channel, I think so he started getting really bad just before COVID started.
oh,
But he was always so for probably as long as I've had my YouTube, he was always like kind of on the downhill. And then once in like January 2020, he got really bad, and then it was just like he survived for a bunch more years. Though we thought we were going to lose him in 2020, but he got through a few more years or a couple more years. So
how about your mom?
so my mom is keeping busy. So like ever since my dad passed away, I think she doesn't like just staying at home by herself a lot. So she goes out with her friends and stuff like that. So that's, I think she just tries to keep busy now, which is good. I think it's good mentally. And she's learned a lot of, so for example, my mum's really old fashioned, right? So she didn't have the internet until I moved into this place with Sarah. So she used to always say, like, I was always like, you need the internet. She's like, I don't want to pay for the internet because at where she lives in her apartment, the apartment only lets you go with a certain internet provider, which is bullshit. I don't know how you can possibly do that. And I don't know who that internet company is. So she's like, no, I don't want to get the internet. I don't want to pay for it. And then she'd say, hey, that thing we saw at that person's house? I think I want one of those. And I was like, yeah, but you need the internet to use one of those. She goes, oh, don't worry about it. Oh, that Google speaker that was at your brother's house? I think I want one of those. Yeah, but you need the internet for it to work. Oh, don't worry about it. She's always like, don't worry about it. If it needs the internet, don't worry. I was like, yeah, but do you see how good life would be if you had the internet, right? So when at my old house, I used to have a 4G modem. So at my old house, they didn't have I don't know, the internet's probably different over there, but we've got what's called NBN, and it was compulsory, and some areas didn't have it. So where at my old house, I had to buy like a 4G modem, so it used the internet for SIM card, similar to what your phone does, right? It was a box and it had a SIM card. The good thing about it was I could take it anywhere. I could unplug it and plug it into someone else's house and use my Wi-Fi there, right? So that's what was cool about it. So when I moved into this house, we used it temporarily, but then me and Sarah organized to get proper internet installed in the house, and then I gave that box to my mum. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give this box to my mom and just pay for the internet. She won't know. I don't think so. She has the internet at home. I don't think she knows that I pay for it, because if she knew, she would just keep giving me money all the time for it, right? It's the least I can do, because she does a lot for me, my mom, right? So now she has the internet. So I told her, look, now your TV's smart. How good's that? I was like, look, you got YouTube, right? So sometimes one time I was going over there, she was watching my video. I was like, don't watch my videos. And then she yelled at me because I swore in the video. So but now, like, she loves, like, now she's figured it out. So like for a while she was watching like all cooking and food content on YouTube, and now she watches like free movies. I was like, what kind of movies is she watching? She's like, oh, like there's a lot of cool like Turkish movies. I was like, Turkish? She's like, yeah, they're in English, but they're made in Turkey. I was like, what? She watches all these really B grade movies. I was like, oh my god. But that's good. That's good that
Oh,
she's
wow.
slowly learning.
Why you have a problem with her watching your show on YouTube?
No, I don't. But like one time she said to me, she was like, you know, sometimes the stuff you talk about is really boring. And I was like, yeah, because you don't know what I'm talking about. I was like, other people don't think it's boring. They know what I'm talking about. You don't watch my content
Oh,
if you're not
Simon,
into it.
we all find it boring, Simon.
She goes, you talk too much sometimes. I was like, yeah, okay, I know.
I
So,
I I used to want my kids to watch it, and you know, here's here's how you find out your stuff is boring. You ask them to watch it, and you watch it with them, and you go, "Oh, this is this is horrible." You
hey, I can watch my stuff and tell if a video is good or not. All right, I can say, look, this video is not great, but I'm still releasing it. But I definitely talk too much because I don't script anything. You know, I just kind of ramble. But that's why I edit. I edit a lot of my stuff out, because once I watch it back, I realize, oh, well, people don't need to know that. Like I have what's the word? Like, you know, self realization, I guess. Like I can look at my stuff
self-aware,
sometimes and be like, oh my
self-aware.
god, self awareness. Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
self awareness, so I can look at myself on video and be like, "Oh, you're cringe," right? But that's okay. Sometimes the cringe is funny. So,
well,
but
the
other times I talk too much. So,
thing is that when I try edit and I do it, I spend tons of time and I even insert some music in there and I, I did all that stuff and I get like 20 views or 30 views when I don't do nothing, right? I
that's
like like the video I did a short on your video, right?
yeah.
Because I had to come up with it quick because I had some problem with it. And so I was expecting maybe 20 views. It was like when I just put it out there and it was like getting 1,000 views. I'm going,
Really?
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Where are those 1,000 people here in the live? um,
Yeah, but
yeah, that's the way, right? Like my most viewed video. So my vlogs have done really well. So in the last 12 months, my channel's gone like I'm so happy with where my channel's at, because it's grown so much in the last 12 months. And it's because I'm doing the vlogs consistently, right? My most viewed vlog, I was like, it just suddenly got crazy. Like it went up to, I think 16,000 it's at, right? So
really?
I was like, why out of all the vlogs did that one go off? Because it wasn't the best vlog. It was an event I went to last minute. I was very rushed while I was there, and I didn't get a lot of good footage. So, out of all the vlogs, I was like, "Why couldn't it?" Because if to me in my head, if it showed one of my better ones, maybe I would have got more from it. I gained,
Ah,
I gained probably 500 subscribers from this video, oh, close to
wow.
500, I would say. Um, but I was just like, out of all of them, why did that one pop off? It doesn't make sense. You know, like the more recent one I did at the same event, they got like 10,000, and that was good. I was like, that's a good vlog. That's what I'd want people to see. But that other one was just a really rushed one, and I was like, ugh. So
But you got more views on that one, 15,000 views.
yeah, yeah. It just, I
Wow.
don't know. You know what? I have a theory, right, of why it got so many views or why it got promoted, pushed more. So I had a kid troll me in the comment section. He said that I dressed like a feral in the video, and I was like, "What?" Even Whack Comics, I told them, and they were doing a live, and they went to the video and said, "You can't even see him. You can only see him from here upwards in the whole video. How can you know that he dressed like a feral?" Anyway, so I just give this kid crap, right? And we kept going back and forth, like and I was just being an idiot. I was being like, I just kept calling him a dork. I was like, "You're a dork." And he was like, "Oh, is that all you got to say?" I was like, "Yes, you're a dork." I just kept saying dumb stuff, right? But it went back and forth. This comment thread went to about 140 comments, I reckon. Just kept
Oh,
going. And during that time, that video just kept getting more and more views. So I'm not too sure if it's because of the amount of comments that it kept getting. It might have been getting pushed more. That's my theory.
you. I mean, YouTube likes interaction.
Yes. And you know
You,
what? That kid, he deleted the comments because one day I had to get a clip from that video, and I saw the comments all of a sudden that were used to be like 160 something comments was down to like 40 or something. I was, oh, what happened? And I went, and then I was like, oh no, he deleted the comments. But I remember he gave me crap on another video. One of our live streams, he commented 117 views, pathetic, right? So I started having, going back and forth in that video too. So what I did was, when I saw that he deleted the comment thread, I went and found that other comment. And he changed his name as well. And I was like, hey man, why'd you delete our epic comments? And I started giving crap in that comment section instead.
just
So,
missing him.
yeah, I like trolling the trolls. So it's fun.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, so are you getting any kind of a monetization now?
Yeah, I've been monetized for a while, but now it's like consistent. Like it's been consistent for a while now. So when I first, because I don't know if you know how it works. So you get paid every month, but you have to have at least 100. You have to have made at least $100 to get
Uh-huh.
paid.
Okay.
So when I first got monetized, I was getting $100 every like 3 months. Every three
Does
months
it
I might get $100.
$100 you get accumulate $200 eventually, or you lose it?
No. It just keeps building. Yeah. So
Uh,
from whether it be from channel membership to super chats to ad revenue, right? So you have to have at least $100. So, but yeah, it keeps building. So for the first like year, every 3 months I might get a payment, and then slowly that went to 2 months I'd get a payment, and then I'm getting paid every month now. So, and the good thing was, once I started getting paid every month, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm starting to reach 100 every month. That payment also got bigger every month, So every month I got a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Till my last month, I was like, oh, that's actually, it's not. I can't retire off it, but I was like, oh, that's a good amount of money that I'm just going to randomly get from making YouTube. And then
I
this
mean,
month I broke
can
the
you say that your hobby is making your income?
Well, that's the thing. I'm going to start an ABN, right? An Australian business number. Is that what's called? ABN. I Because I do make money from it, I figured I can claim tax on all the stuff that I buy for my channel. So the good thing,
Hmm.
so what YouTube does, obviously, I don't spend any of my YouTube money on comics and toys and stuff like that. Obviously, it goes into an account that I have, and anytime I need something for the channel, so if I need to buy a new memory card, or if I need to buy an accessory for my camera or anything like that, I just go straight to my YouTube money. So I'm not having to pay anything to upgrade my channel anymore, which is what's good.
So you do. Oh, so your hobby does pay for at least your equipments and stuff.
Yeah, like look, I can't buy a new laptop, but because that's what I'd like to upgrade my laptop. I mean, my laptop still works fine, but a lot of the accessories I buy for like my cameras and stuff, like I've had to buy my cameras and stuff like that myself. Um, but like little accessories and stuff, I'm like, oh, I'll just take it out of my YouTube account. So that's been
You
good. Like
think
yesterday, sorry.
is it? You think it's getting over that 1,000 hump? Is that what it took, or what took you off?
Not just for views. So just
Just
people
views.
watching the vlogs. So the vlogs now, and I think what also helped is like I made it clear that like I started to say, hey, every Wednesday I'll do a vlog. Like every Wednesday is when my vlog comes out, right? So now people know Wednesday 9 p.m. Melbourne time. Simon's going to have a vlog. So a lot of people. So like, only 2-3 years ago, like I was happy when I got 100 views. I used to say this all the time. I was like, you know what? I would be happy because people are like, oh, I don't chase views, I don't chase whatever. Like, I don't chase views, but I want them. I care more about views than I do subscribers. Because if someone subscribes to you but doesn't care for your content, then what's the point of subscribing, right?
Right.
I spend a lot of time editing. So of course I want my videos to get views, or I want people to see my work. Um, so back a few years ago, I was still, only at an average of, 70, 80 views. And, I'd have some videos like as the years have gone on, it's more common that I have videos that get into the hundreds or 1,000. But in the first few years, I very rarely had videos that hit 1,000. Now it's every week. My vlog should hit 1,000.
Really?
Um, yeah. So it was funny. I had this streak. So my vlogs were starting to get up. Like, they were averaging, they started at around the 300. Then they all of a sudden they were usually getting at least 500 and getting up to the 700s. That was kind of standard. And then it was at the start of this year or the end of last year. I had a vlog that had a lot of views, like in the thousands. And then the following week, the vlog also got thousands. And then I kept going to places every Wednesday. I'd have a vlog, and they kept going in the 1,000 view range, right? 1,000 plus. I was like, oh, this is really good. So I think I did 10 weeks in a row where my Wednesday vlog got over 1,000 views. And then I released a vlog where I went to the Jurassic Park exhibition, and I was like, oh, no one cares about dinosaurs apparently, because all of a sudden I had like about 300 something views on that, which I'm still happy with. Like, 300 is great, but like it broke the streak of every week. And then since then, I think I'm up to like 11 weeks now. But also there'll be some weeks I do so many vlogs now that some weeks I'll release two, because
Hmm.
when I do the events, when I go to an event like a toy fair or like a Comic Con or something, I want that video to come. So I'll go on the Sunday. I want that video to come out that week, normally on the Wednesday, right? So there was like 2 months where I just kept going to events. So all these videos I did where I did a vlog going to a comic shop or a toy shop or whatever, right? I had them all backed up. They were just sitting there. So I had so even some of the vlogs I've been releasing recently, they were filmed like a month or two ago, some of them. Um, so that's kind of kept. So some weeks, because I got so many vlogs backed up, some weeks I release one on Monday too. Like the one I want people to watch most, I'll release on Wednesday. And then sometimes I just had a random one. I was like, oh, this is a little bit different and offbeat. Let's release that on a Monday. And then sometimes they would get 1,000 too. So some weeks I'd have two videos that would get into the thousands of views. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then on Friday, I release videos that I know people aren't going to watch. So if I have a video where I'm just going to show a comic book, they'll go on Friday. This week, I think I did a Pokemon card video, which is not usually what I do. That can go on a Friday, and even that got like I'm happy with it. It got like 250 views. I was like, oh, that's again better than if you remember where you were a couple of years ago. I shouldn't be able to complain. So I'm just happy with how it's going.
You know, so, so let me ask you: isn't this an art too? This is video making.
Absolutely. Yeah, and here's the funny thing, right? So remember I told you I worked at Blockbuster back in the day?
Yeah.
Do you know why I worked at Blockbuster? Because when I left high school, if you asked me what I wanted to do when I left school, in my final year of school anyway, I would have said I want to be a filmmaker, right? So I pursued that. I tried to get into, I guess you guys call it college, we call it university. I tried to get into a course 2 years in a row, and I failed. Video production. I didn't get in the first year. I didn't really try the first year. I think I just didn't really go through the process correctly, so I didn't get in. And then the next year, like I spent a year basically not working, like doing nothing. I worked some odd jobs, but I don't think I really got a full-time job that first year. And then the second year, I tried really hard to get into the course again, and I didn't get in again. I was like, you know what? I want to learn. No one wants to teach me. Whatever. I'll go work. So that's when I started like looking for proper work and things like that. But I worked at Blockbuster because you had the stories of Kevin Smith and Quentin Tarantino. They started at a video store and then became So I still wanted to do that. That was still the dream. But then music ended up taking over my life, and I was in the band, so that became my new sort of goal in life. What's up, Ben?
And then so so now your quality of your video from those 200 views to 1,000 view, you attributing that more to your schedule or your video have improved?
I've look. I wouldn't say I've come a long way in improving. Like I definitely improved. You learn things. Um, it's more that I think I've found what people in. I found the type of content that people enjoy watching me for, which is crazy because I've always done vlogs. Like people probably don't remember, but back when COVID happened, I did a vlog where I've basically vlogged myself every day during COVID for a month just to see what it was like being in lockdown, you know? And it was literally just a vlog about nothing. It was about nothing. It was about my life, being stuck in my place. So I've always done vlogs and I've always enjoyed doing them. I never thought people would enjoy watching me in a vlog, you know, like most of my videos in the earlier days, you know, me and Mark talking about comic books, you know, they got better views, but still, they never got massive numbers ever, me and Mark. But I thought people who enjoyed it really enjoyed it, you know, because, you know, me and Mark have this good chemistry, I
Right,
guess,
right. I
between
enjoyed
us.
it. I enjoyed them.
Yeah. But then I finally, yeah, once I started doing the cosplay ones, they were the first videos that really started to get views and getting me recognized. Like I'd go to like a big con and I go, "Oh, I watch your videos." But when they say that, they don't watch my videos. They watch my convention videos. They watch my cosplay interviews. That's all they did. So I
Right,
had
right,
people that was growing. Like people at events were slowly starting to recognize me, hey, and ask me for a photo and stuff like that. But I knew those people only watch me for my cosplay interviews, right? So then
right.
I started doing the toy fair. That's when it really hit. When I started doing more toy content, because then I also then had my foot in another community. All of a sudden, I don't just have comic book community, I've got a toy community, right? So I found people were starting to watch my content from another community, and then I started doing those vlogs regularly. But the biggest thing that's changed, so in those first few years, if you looked at my audience, America was on top. US, always US, then Australia, and then whoever else, right? So my viewership was all coming from the comic book community. When I was a 50, 60, 70 view channel, like 70 was good. You know, that was mostly comic book community people were watching, right? I don't think any of them watch me anymore, right? I'll tell you why. So US, then Australia. Every time I did a Comic Con or a super, like a big con where I did the cosplay interview, all of a sudden Australia would be on top for about a month. And then America would go on top again, right? When I started doing all the vlogs, right, every week, so I go to shops, I go to events, you know, and I promote them. I really do my best to really promote these. It's a similar thing to the community, you know. We all promote each other's channels, right? I was promoting businesses and things like that, right? And more people will watch those videos because I didn't know about the shop. I want to go there, so it's become a thing now. People like I was in a toy shop yesterday. They said, "Oh man, someone just came in here. Said they came in here because they saw your video." I get that all the
Oh,
time.
wow.
People will come to events. People come up to me at events and say, "Hey, man, I found out about this event through your videos." So
Hmm.
my Australian viewership now, it hasn't just gone from US to Australia. It's gone from US and Australia is like out of the stratosphere.
Ah,
So my
nice.
view, like I when I go to events now, man, it's crazy. Like the amount of people that come up to me now at the toy fair, and I've made more of a name for myself now at the collector type community, you know. But dude, the amount of gifts I've been given in the last 6 months, man, is insane. Like people will
Really?
come up to me at shows and say, "Hey, man, I have this for you." Um, this kid came up to me at one of the shows recently. He did message me on Instagram, said, "Hey, you're going to be at this event." He's 14. This kid. He goes,
Oh,
"You're going to be at this event because I want to meet you and I've got something for you." I was like, "Oh, that's really kind of you, dude. Yeah, I'll be there. So look out for me." He finds me and he 3D prints me all this cool stuff. Like oh, you probably can't see it. Oh, that little Simple Simon logo there. He
yeah.
3D printed that for me. Um,
Wow.
he 3D printed me this Erica Slaughter little statue, which I need to get someone to paint up for me. But he gave me all these cool gifts. You know, I've got. Oh wait, I can show you. The videos come out. So I recently did a video where I went and visited this dude. He sent me an email and was like, I watch your videos. I've been watching you for a couple of years. I really enjoy your content. I'm a collector. I have some pretty unique things in my collection. If you want to make a video on it, you can reach out to me, you know? And at first I was like, I can't just go hang out with everyone who talks to me, right? So I was talking to him back and forth on email, and he seemed like he was pretty normal, right? So there's a screening process, right? If I'm going to
Can
come
you
to your house,
tell? Can you tell?
um, because he was like saying, like I'm an older guy, I'm very private, so I probably don't want to be in the video. Like I don't want to be on camera. I was like, okay, that's going to be weird. So anyway, I did a video recently. It was this week, and I went to his collection. You should see it, man. He had a Batmobile that's $2,000 Batmobile that's like this big in his house.
Wow.
That's crazy. But he gifted me. I'll show you this. I'll spoil the video because at the end of the video, I talked about my experience.
Nobody's watching mine, so don't worry.
So this is the gift that he had for me. So, and again, he didn't do this on camera or anything. This is after I finished filming. Cameras were off, and we were just chatting. We just like I really had to go, but we were just chatting for like 45 minutes, I reckon, just nerding out about stuff that we like, right? And then I was like, "Oh man, I've really got to get out of here." And he goes, "All right, before you go, I've got something for you." And then he goes, "I've got this for you."
Wow.
It's
Holy
a
cow.
alien statue.
Wow.
But yeah, it's huge, and I just couldn't believe it, man. Like I was like, "Are you serious, dude?"
Didn't
It's like,
Spidey not get mad at you?
he doesn't care about aliens, but
He doesn't give.
yeah, like
Oh, I thought he likes all kind of statues.
but yeah, man, the amount of like people now that know me. So I had a friend. He's an old high school friend of mine. He's come down from Scotland. He's here for 2 weeks, and he knew I had YouTube, but he's never really watched it. It's not really his thing. But he knew. He goes, "Oh, I remember last time I spoke to you, you just started your YouTube channel." I was like, "Yeah, cool." So we go out. We walk into a shopping center, 50 meters, I reckon, into the shopping center, and a guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, man." Shakes my hand. He goes, "Oh, I love your channel." And my friend's standing there like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Yeah, man, it's normal now." So like, I've really, yeah, the channel's done really well, and I've really got a good like foot in the local community now, you know. So
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, that's really good to see. Is that makes me think that our comic community is very small, isn't it?
no, it's huge. It's huge.
It
I
is.
think it's huge, but I feel like people are a little bit narrow-minded in it. That's the thing. I'm probably going to do a video about it. I'm going to rant a little bit. I'm so over the community crap that's going on in the last 6 months. You know, all the drama
Mm.
shit. I
Oh,
just can't handle it.
I'm not. Thankfully, because the time that I had the stroke, I was out of it. So I think
Yeah.
I,
So I'm
I
just like,
declare
I just think
ignorance.
there's a lot of people in the community that are very narrow-minded. There's obviously a lot of clicks, so people, if you're not in with, and that's the thing, I don't feel like I've ever been a part of it. I don't feel like not the community. There's definitely definitely people that I'm friends with, definitely people that I obviously think very highly of, but just some of the things people have said just piss me off, and I'm just like, man, you guys have your heads so far up your ass. Like even the comic book community thing, right? All the people talking about, oh, this channel won, but this person, my friend, got robbed because he didn't win. Who says that your friend deserves to win because he's your friend? You know what I'm saying? Be happy for people. That's all it is. Be happy for people. Like if someone else's channel is doing well, I'm happy for them, even if it's someone I don't like. Like there's that person that everyone knows of right now. I can't stand the guy, and his channel's doing well. Good on him. He doesn't like just be happy for people. I don't like that guy at all, though. But I just don't understand the just people's thoughts. What the community, so the community awards kind of, as much as I like it, I just feel like it's really brought out the ugly side of the community. People are really self-centered, and yeah, it's just I just don't care to watch those people anymore. And I'm not going to unsubscribe to them or anything like that. Like I still consider all these people community people, but I have been focused on my own thing, and I'm so glad that I just don't watch it anymore. Yeah. So, and sometimes I'm tempted, sometimes I'll see all the drama stuff and I'll see it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want to know what's going on because I still want to feel like I'm in the loop, but I feel like I said, man, you're the first person to invite me onto something for a long time. I
Mm,
don't feel like I am within that circle anymore. I feel like I've kind of been, because I'm not around anymore, because I'm not interacting in the live chats as much. And you know what? I am still there sometimes. If I can only watch a live stream for 20 minutes, I'm not going to interact in the chat because I don't want to feel like I came and then left. You know what I mean? If I know I'm
yeah,
going to sit there and actually be on there for a while, I might say hi and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm just there for a very short time. So I just, yeah.
yeah,
Uh, but I
yeah,
feel like because I'm not on the live scene as much, I feel like I've kind of grown out of that circle. Like I don't think people think of me anymore, which is fine. It's whatever. Again, I'm doing my own thing, and there's still the people that I respect. Like you, man. Like I still tune into your videos sometimes because I want to know. I want to know what NammaN's up to. I was like,
yeah.
what's he gonna have to say on this walk of his? Like I'll still tune in to the people that I like. And I'm not going to watch every single video they do. Look, if you make a video that I'm like, oh, I need to know what that video, I want to see that. That's cool. But there's so much content now. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I like, but I do want to, the people I do like, I do want to just catch up sometimes and just check out a video to see what they're up to. How is drama saving comics, right? Just it's all gossip girl stuff, and people are buying into it by creating more content and by talking about it all the time, and it gets them views, and good on them. If that's what you have to do to get you views, then whatever, go for it. But it's really showing the ugly side of the community, and it's embarrassing. That's what I think.
I mean, it's not just our community, right? We, we have as a as a whole. I don't know if worldwide, at least in the United States, it seems like we are awarding people who are being dramatic, right? We,
Yeah. There's always going to be drama within communities, right? Like I have no doubt, even before all the COVID channels, there was probably drama. But the thing is, it didn't. The difference between then is there was drama and people might speak about it briefly, right? But it wasn't a genre of content
yeah,
here.
genre.
That's what it's become.
It's
It's become a genre.
definitely genre.
So I am gonna make a video about it, and it's gonna sort of touch on the community awards because every year I make a video and I want to promote the community awards because I like Brian and I like what his idea of it is about, but people don't realize what that idea is, right? Um, I don't want to spoil my rant video too much, but like at the
Again,
end of the day,
nobody's
right?
watching my video. There's five
At the
people on here.
at the end of the day, right? People, what am I trying to say? Uh, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. At the end of the day, what the comic book community is about, or was about when Brian first started, was he wanted it to be for everyone, right? And it's about promoting your favorite YouTube channels, right? So the biggest problem is obviously such a large number of the people that actually participate and vote are content creators themselves, right? So when I filled out my first form, I take it very seriously. I'm like, what is my favorite thing? I'm not going to vote for all my friends if I don't think they make the best content. But I feel like that's a big thing, right? Like a lot of people will vote for their friends, right? But the idea is that people are voting for their favorite content. So when someone gets announced a winner and you think that someone got robbed, why? And look, definitely there's been times where people will maybe promote it or mention the bigger channels, especially who have a big following. They'll mention it, and all their supporters will get behind them and actually vote. That's great. If they had those supporters that went and did that, they still deserve to win. They got the most votes at the end of the day. So, like last year, right? And I wouldn't go out of my way and say, "Oh, what a robbery!" I was shocked that DJ Links didn't win the editing thing, right? Because everyone thinks when people think DJ Links, they think editing. When you think editing, you think DJ Links, right? But just the outrage of people, it's like, man, be happy for the people who won, mate. be humble. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, because people were just, yeah, I just don't understand. People are so self-absorbed, right, that they think they deserve to win an award. Like the first year when people got mad, oh, why weren't we nominated? It's like, well, tell your community of people and maybe they will then nominate you. You know what I mean? Like the fact that people think that they deserve the award is what's weird to me. Do you agree? Like, do you think you deserve, like you won? I was so happy that you won. No, man, I was very happy that you won, right? But before you won, did you think you deserved it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, God damn it. I don't know. That's that's just the way I think, you know. I like I was taught from this community to show support for others. And I feel like a lot of people want to support themselves and their little clique.
You know, um, I it was nice winning. It was nice,
I
right?
was so I don't know if I nominated you, but I think I voted for you in the final round because I can't remember who I nominated, but I think I voted for you because I wanted you to win. I did want you to win, and you are a good artist. I mean, I don't know who like art is. You know, who can really say who the best artist is? You know, what one person's style.
That's what I don't like. That's one thing that I don't like about art and art contest. Because uh, that means there's a loser, right? And what does it mean to be a loser in an art contest?
Oh, you're the one calling him a loser now, and I'm saying there's people who didn't win.
Well, what I'm saying, I'm
Nah,
trying to
man.
sound.
Nah, man runs off with the trophy. Is like, sorry to all you losers.
You guys lost. I won. But I mean, I mean, what does it mean? That's why I don't like this art contest. Because there's a notion that there's a loser there, right? And
Yeah,
the art is such a very subjective thing, right?
absolutely.
Uh, uh, and what you enjoy and what I enjoy could be
Uh,
a totally different thing. And
exactly, and look, that's the case with every single topic, right? Every single category. Like, it doesn't matter who wins because you won the best artist. Does that mean you're the best artist? No, you won the award. But does that mean if I won the best unboxing video, which I didn't, but if I did, does that mean I have the best unboxing videos? No, it doesn't. It just means that more people voted for me in this contest. People are taking it too seriously, but also not serious enough. You should vote for your favorite channels. That's why I think I think that like one of the things I can't stand, and Mad Spidey knows it. Again, this is something he'll get mad at me about, but I don't think you should be able to vote for yourself for starters, right? It's like that's dodgy as. But like, yeah, I think like, do you think like a big channel, like for example, Gem Mint? Do you think if Gem Mint didn't win the best statue thing, he would cry about it? Do you think he would go, "Oh, I deserve to win that"? He couldn't give a crap. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he'd just be like, I know I've got the best statue content. I don't need a trophy to prove it. You know what I mean? My numbers prove it. So, yeah, I don't know.
well,
It's
yeah,
just
he's showing the insecurity, right? People's insecurity, right?
look, man.
Because
I
Obviously, Jim Mint will never have to feel that insecure because he everything else proven have shown that he probably has the best views. I mean I mean, what reward is more legit than people showing watching
that,
his
that
shows,
that's
right?
what Bub said. So Bub said, "Here's the thing about the awards: the winners have already been decided. The channel with the most views and subscribers are the winners." You know what I mean? Like, I was like, "That's true." So at the end of the day, this is just a fun thing. But
Yeah.
but I just think it's an odd thing for people to think that because man, it would be so cool if I had like a comic book community trophy in my background. I would love that. But do I think I deserve it over someone else? Not for a second. Not for a second. I'm not that self-centered that I think that I have better shit than other people. I know that's all it is.
Man, come on, man. That's what all losers say.
What?
That's what
No,
that's
what?
what all losers say. I mean,
I was shocked that I got nominated for. Put it this way, right? Okay, yeah. So the first comic book community awards, right? I was only nominated. I only made the thing for one category, which was the best hair category, and I was like, man, out of all the categories, that's the last one you want to win, right? It's like it's the joke category. But I was like, whatever. All right, I guess I'm in that category, right? Because people know me for my hair. I haven't been in that category ever since that first year. Right?
what else?
Do I care? I don't need people to nominate. I don't need a nomination to know that I've got the coolest hair in the comic book community. Uh,
I yeah, it's I hope okay, everybody. I was all joking here. Okay,
called you
I hope they don't
losers.
clip. I hope they don't clip my stuff and
Someone get on that clipping now. Hey, mate, you've got plenty of shorts here. Mate, us talking about this gets the views, mate. We're talking about drama, so maybe we should stop. But maybe it'll get you the views. You got to add drama to the title, and people will search for it.
well, I hope not. I hope not because I mean, I love. I mean, I'll admit it. I like views, right? I mean, that's why I mean, you consider yourself artist by editing videos,
I don't,
and
but I guess technically you could say that, yeah.
I consider myself a artist. I mean, a creator. Creator. How's that? Creator.
Yeah, that's better.
Not a
I like that
creator. We
word.
are creators, right?
Yeah.
We like creativity. It's a create. I mean, it's a. I mean, making video is also allows you creative juice to flow, right?
Yeah.
And I like to see if I'm improving on it. I'm not showing it, but I like to see it, And I mean, I guess going from 30 to 40 is an improvement, but uh, uh, yeah, I mean, but I'm really glad that you're getting 10,000 views or whatnot, and
That's not regular. Once I'm averaging 10,000 views, mate, I'll be a very happy man.
but no, I mean, if you are able, it seems like you're able to do regularly.
Yeah. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm really focused on the channel now too, because of the growth in the last 6 to 12 months. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping it just keeps growing. Because here's the thing, like, no matter how big you think your YouTube channel is going to get, I think you got to remember that can all just disappear one day. As far as because here's the thing, YouTube, right? People have short attention spans these days, right? So, and I'm talking about, obviously you've got your friends and they're always probably going to support you and always going to, be checking out your videos and things like that. But to the random person who just happens to enjoy your videos, that person is going to enjoy your videos for so long before something else comes along, and then all of a sudden he's not as interested anymore in your content, and he might just check in on you. He might check in on you from time to time, but like I have people, they come up to me and they say, "Man," like there was this one dude. He goes, "Hey man, I want to introduce myself, man. I only discovered your channel like 2 months ago, man. Now I watch it religiously, right?" I was like, "Man, that's really cool. That's a really nice thing to say." But in 12 months' time, you know how many other channels that guy is going to find? You know what I mean? In that 12 months that I knew. So
No,
that religion, he might check in on me from now and then, but is he going to watch me religiously anymore? Probably not. Like, you only have a short time span with certain people. I think when you're making content.
I mean, here's where you can tell. Okay, look at yourself. Look at how you watch videos. Do you watch some channel religiously for
Not anymore.
years,
Not anymore.
and then you go, okay, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch something else, right? I mean, I'll go through that phase.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So,
I mean,
um,
I mean, I mean, if people are like me, I mean, I'm sure there's other people that are out there. You know what is? Hey, chaos. Simon is my. Is he my God or is he God? He's Simon the Savior.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping things keep going up, mate, from here. Um,
All right, I'm really looking forward to your. I mean, I honestly, I avoid the drama, uh, and yeah, I feel like I feel sometimes I feel I guess I made one video about a. I guess I
yeah,
made one video.
I think I clicked on it.
Oh, you did?
I was like, "Whoa, NammaN's talking about drama. Let's go." It was one of your walks,
I
wasn't it?
huh?
It was one of
Yeah,
your
during
walks,
my
wasn't it?
walk. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched one where you didn't really. It wasn't a drama video. I think you just chimed in on your thoughts on how stupid it is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I didn't want to go further than that. You don't want to see the videos that I didn't release. So, because I go through that walk and I talk a lot of shit, right? And it's all archived in my hard drive. But
One
you
day
don't make.
when you're eligible for channel membership, that's where you'll have that content. Yeah, I always say my channel members content is the content that I don't necessarily want everyone to know about me. Some of those simple stories have some pretty deep cuts
Okay.
in my
Uh,
life.
do you? Okay, here's the one thing then. Do you have a non-disclosure agreement with your viewers? Those
Oh,
can
as in they
they?
can no. No, they know what they know, mate. It's fine. I don't need that.
Because I mean, can they clip your video and
That's a good question. I don't surely you wouldn't be if it's a members only video, you would think you wouldn't be able to clip it. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't think people care
hmm.
that much that they're gonna clip it, but
I mean, I mean, like for instance, I talk shit on my, the rent video, right? Never want to release those things, but
well,
but
that's the thing. So I've actually done, I want to say probably in my time on YouTube, I reckon I've done maybe 4 videos that they weren't drama videos, but it was kind of me chiming in on my 2 cents. So for example, I don't know if you remember this, but years ago, Whack Comics were having this big thing with Talking Pop Culture, who were another Australian channel, right? So and Matt from Talking Pop Culture said all these really bad things about Whack Comics, and he even made a rap song where he was giving shit to Tyler and saying all these things, right? And obviously, I'm friends with both of them, right?
oh no.
So, and then I did a video where I kind of just chimed in on my thoughts on who I think was right, who's wrong, are they both wrong, and things like that. And I never released the video because when I was editing, I was like, I don't know if this is what my channel wants to be about. And I've done a few videos like that where I've kind of said certain things about the community where I was like, you know what, people don't need to hear this. And I've done some where I think the last comic book community awards video, I ranted a bit about the community and my thoughts on how people vote and things like that. I was like, what? Yeah. So, but I've definitely done a few videos I didn't release because I was like, you know what? People don't need to hear it. Who cares what my thoughts are?
That's what I don't like about live streams, because right now, as we talk like this, we could talk, passionately about something, and then just blurt something out, right? Once it's out there, it's out there. Uh, in a edited videos, you talk shit, right? You just talk shit, right? And then you think on it, and you go, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and publish this." I mean, I don't get these people who thinks, because the I in my view, you are not what you say you are. You are what you do, right? And another thing is that what do you do when no one is watching you? What are you? Who are you when no one is watching you, right? And the idea that, oh, I only do this clickbaity stuff. I only do this only for clicks. Truly inside, you know, if you left to my device, I'm just nice guy. I don't do that kind of stuff. I just do this to clicks. It's a business, baby. It's not personal. That kind of mindset. I'm going. You know, what you did is who you are. You know, is it. No matter what the reason is, you did it. That's who you are. I mean, eh, don't think you're gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna be evil guy here, but the nice guy in secret. You know, you are
But
who
if
you.
you've done things in your past, people can change, right?
Of course, of course. I mean
If I can change and you can change, we all can change.
you could change. You could change, but uh, but don't think that because oh, I have this is just business and this clicky stuff is just that's not me. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
because
sorry.
basically what you what you're promoting then is that you're fake. Like,
I mean, I'm sorry. That is who you are. That is who you are. I mean, w- when you're by yourself, yeah, you could, but that's your delusional self. Anyway, that's my thought. So, I and so this is why I hate this live stream sometimes because I don't have chance to think about it. I made this video, right? And I know it's gonna take. Yeah, it may bring a lot of clicks, especially if I do it this time. If I do it right now, I feel like it could bring a lot of clicks, right? And I'm going, and it's nice. People will listen to your opinion. It's nice to be heard. It really is. That's high, right? But is it worth it to present this? This is who you're gonna be, you know. And so I have that time, when I'm editing it and all that. I have time to look at myself and
yeah.
put something out there. I have time to look at it, right, and reflect on it. This live stream, I don't have time to do that. We just plug out and and, oh, look what Nam said. He just called a bunch of people losers. I mean,
You can edit stuff out though, I think from YouTube afterwards, in the YouTube studio.
yeah,
I've
you
never
could, you
done it.
could.
I remember
Yeah,
Remy had to edit out the penis that he had on his live stream.
you could edit things out, but it's a yeah. You might as well just delete it and re-edit it.
But this
And
see, this is what I've learnt about myself from watching hours and hours and hours of myself back while editing. I ramble a lot. I talk too fast. I don't even understand what I'm saying sometimes. I literally am like, "Ah, what did I say then?" I skip words, and I often the word. This is the worst thing about me. I start my next sentence before I finish the one I'm currently saying, and that's how I get lost in my conversation sometimes. I was like, man, what was I talking about again? Because like it's like five. I've always said this. This is what my mind's like. It's like 5,000 things are going through it, and they're all trying to come out at once.
that's why
So
people stutter, right? People stutter because their brain works faster than their mouth, right? But one of the things that as I'm walking, and one of the things I'm teaching myself right now is um, think in sequence, short time at a time, right? Because I can remember this short amount, this short amount, this short amount, and so I try to just talk a little bit, talk a little bit, talk a little bit. Because if like I could just go on and on and on and on and on, and then come around myself and make no sense at all. Uh, so I'm trying to chuck one sequence at a time. Once I have established that, oh, I think I expressed that thought, I don't have to delete it. So I self-edit first, then keep on, then I try to stitch on, but it's not working out well. But I'm trying that way right now. But I mean, this again, this I like doing creative. I like doing creative things, right? I like making videos. I mean, I do this art because I want to share with people. I want other people to see it. I make this video because I want other people to see it. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you know, uh, but it's not. I'm thankful that I don't have to earn a living doing this. I'm thankful that I have to earn a living doing this because eh, there'll be more desperate me out here doing stuff. I may be going, how did I get that click? How did I get this? How did I get
Yeah.
it?
Uh,
If I talk bad about Simon, maybe I could get some more
but that's
clicks.
but that's why you have to make the content that you want to create, because then people are going to learn what to expect when they're going to click on your video. You can't just try to come up with an idea so it gets clicks. Like,
Well, I mean, the flavor of the day is being a drama queen. I mean, I don't think that's just comic book communities everywhere right now. I mean, our whole news system, whether you're left or right or center or whatever, um, people want those clicks, and we as consumers are rewarding. It's our fault too, by the way. Our consumers' fault too, right? We as consumers are consuming these dramas. We want, I mean, right? I mean, it's really like you said. You said it yourself. Like you want to sneak in there, and look at it, right? Even though you don't think it's right, even though you think it's a good thing, you still want to go in there and look at it, right? It's hard to not do it, but we tend to reward people that do these things.
yeah,
I mean, by clicks, by seeing what they do, and they don't care if what you think is bad or not. They just, oh, thanks for watching. you know, Give me thumbs down. you know, I mean, yeah. Right now, that's the whole system is. I don't know what to do about it. I've been deleting a lot.
on
I don't
something.
I don't I'm subscribed to people, but I don't recommend that channel to me. Don't recommend that channel to me. Don't recommend that channel to me.
Oh, is that an option? Is it? You can
Yeah,
click
yeah,
"Don't recommend" to me. Okay, that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Don't recommend that channel to me. But you have to keep on doing it because if you watch that particular topic, you're gonna get that topic from different channels. you know, It's not gonna just. It's not, comic book community is the only one who does that. Everybody does
Yeah,
that drama
because
stuff.
there's a couple of I'm not sub to them, but because I've watched one of their videos, they keep getting recommended to me,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh no, not clicking on it anymore. I used to like I've probably stayed clear for the last 2 months. I reckon. I don't know what's going on. So maybe they've changed, but I doubt it. Yeah, funny if
Well,
I
I
come out
mean,
with a rant video and just talk shit about everyone, and
well,
then like it's
here's the thing. They're recommending that channel to me because it's a drama channel, right? It's like you say, it became
genre,
it became a, what do you call it?
a genre,
Genre. It
like a
became a
genre.
genre, right? Yeah. So when people they kept on making that particular genre, if I keep on consuming it, that's what it's going to show up on my
Exactly.
dashboard. But
So here's
as soon as I
yeah,
stop doing it, but if they start doing different genre, maybe they'll come back on my. I'll go, oh, if he's on my channel? I mean, on my dashboard, he must have changed. and I could watch it again, right? But if he hasn't, that particular genre is not going to come to my channel unless I consume it at different places. So yeah, I mean, we are part of the problem too. We view are the problem too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
But like, yeah, and then us talking about it right now. So,
huh? And that is
us-
you're feeding into it, yeah.
we're just feeding into it as well. So it's
Yeah,
hard to
but
avoid. But
thankfully, there's not many people. This is almost a private chat.
hey, I'm pretty sure it went up as soon as we started talking drama. For sure, it went from like 2 to 7 when we started mentioning drama.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. It's
Hey,
going on, mate.
hey, Matt. Oh, nice to meet you, Matt. How are you?
There you go. See? Bringing the peeps.
All right, thanks. All right. When you, drama bring the click, bring the clicks and view.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll no, I guess I better stop talking about drama.
The crazier thing is like the whole paying for the subs thing was pretty out there. When I found out about that, I was like, "Ew, wow!" And then accusing other people of doing it.
Oh,
Did,
something. I mean
so
the
paying for YouTube to promote your videos.
yeah. Why not do that? I mean, why is that a bad thing, by the way?
um, I guess it's not if you that's how you want to do it. I don't know, man. I like to know that I earn my stuff. So I'll give you an example. I can't even stand, and I do it now because it's more convenient. So back in the day, because in my videos, I often do clips, like take clips from old videos and put them in the new videos. Like if I'm talking about something from an older video, I often will bring a
We
clip back,
uh-huh.
right?
We
So
purpose it.
yeah. So the reason I like doing that is so people can then see visually, oh, I've been doing this for over 6 years. I've got heaps of back catalog stuff. And then a lot of them, they're like, whoa, Simon's like skinny then. Like I like reusing clips because I want people to know to put it in their heads of the back catalog, right? So how I used to always do that is I would go, I can basically open up the video on my YouTube and screen record it, right? Just screen record the part I need and then use it in my video. The problem with that is it counts as a click when you click on your own video, right? I didn't like that. I was like, I never want to like my own post. I never want to click on my own video because I didn't earn that one click. You know what I mean? So I used to always go find the video on my computer just to get that clip, right? But now I do it because it's just convenient. Like it takes me a quarter of the time it does to find the file, download it, and then take that 2-second clip. Now I just look up the video on my YouTube channel and screen record it. But I hate it. I hate that idea of like liking my own posts and things like that. And a lot of people do it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But and you know what? I watched a video once that said you should do that because every little click counts and helps. But I was like, yeah, but I know mentally in my head, I didn't earn it, so I don't want it. You know what I mean?
No, okay, here's the way I look at it, okay? As a creator, right? I have to test it on my I mean I don't do it anymore, by the way. It's a lot of work. I want to test it on the my
Fine.
phone.
Yeah.
I want to test it on my TV, and
Yeah.
I want to test it on uh, uh, my computer monitor.
Oh yeah,
Because
I totally get that.
so I'm watching my own video, yeah. And while I'm doing that, watching 3 times, I go, shit, I did something wrong, and so I I delete it and upload it again, right?
See, that's where you've got to do it before. So a lot of the times before I upload the video, I watch it. I have to watch it a couple of times to try to spot any errors. And there have been times where I've uploaded the video and then realize, oh, I want to add this. So then I make the change, delete the uploaded video, but I haven't published it yet. If I've
Not
published
my
it,
public.
once I've
Yeah,
published it, that's it. I'm not
yeah.
taking it down once it's published.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Me,
like the other day, I found a video. I don't know what happened, but there was like a 50 seconds where all of a sudden the music was really loud. It was at 400%. I went to the editing software. Somehow I must have somehow accidentally done it, but there was a 50-second section. I was narrating, but the music all of a sudden went to 400%, so you couldn't hear me, and the music went super loud. I didn't know that until a couple of comments came up, and I was like, "Crap!" So by the time I realized this, the video already had 500 views. I was like, "No, I'm not changing it."
well, I yeah. I mean, if I have a lot of views, I guess it will matter to me. But since I don't get too many views anyway, I
like,
just
I totally get what you said. So I sometimes will watch my own video on my TV because I want to know what it looks like on a TV.
Mhm,
Because I'm always so used to staring at my monitor here, and that's how I'm used to
mhm.
seeing everything. But sometimes I want to know what it looks like because I didn't know so many people watch YouTube on their TVs.
I would always watch it on TV, and also the sound different too. Sound is
Yes,
different,
yes.
and
On
so
mobile too, right? So sometimes
yeah.
when I make so for work, because I make content for my work as well, I'm always wearing headphones at work. So when I'm editing a video, I'm always listening to it on headphones because I don't want everyone else to hear what I'm doing. So then afterwards, what I do is I send it to my phone. I walk into another room and play it on the video on my phone to see what the sound comes out on mobile because on headphones it's completely different than regular speakers, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. So I yeah, I have no problem with that kind of stuff. I mean, I I feel like and as far as buying a click or buying a view, uh, I don't. Only reason I'm not doing it because I don't want to pay for it. I mean, I just don't want to pay for it.
well,
I mean,
that's
I already pay for. I already pay for a lot of stuff. Like this, I pay for this monthly service, right? I mean, uh,
oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
oh wow, all right.
Next
Well, I
level.
guess
See that? See that, Narman? Next
yeah,
level.
next level. All right. So how we make these videos next level, Simon? Maybe you need to start teaching.
Well, so you know what's funny? I always thought that maybe because you know how people do like advice videos, like YouTube advice, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, come on, mate. Like some people do it. I'm like, mate, you've got you don't have a big viewership. You have no right to be telling. But even the people I've learnt this now, even the people that literally make a living off making that kind of content, it's all bullcrap. It's what works for you isn't going to work for someone else necessarily. You know what I mean? There's some people that just have the formula. Like I've seen channels come along and they've got their channel grows so quickly within the first 3 months because they have the formula, they have the personality, they have the right idea for content, and they're good at it. Whatever it is, right? Some people just have it. You know what I mean? And you know what? There's some people, and it sucks to say, but there are some people that will never have it. And for those people, you need to really enjoy doing this, right? So that's the thing. I love doing this. Like I have always loved doing this, and editing videos is my. It's like I really enjoy it. Like I love the process of editing. It's what I look forward to doing. Right. So now, like it's all I do. It's all I do. Like I have so many videos on the go. I'm constantly editing, which is why I don't have time to read comic books anymore. When I'm at work, like I don't just do that for work, but it's part of my job. So when I get to do a video for work as well, I love it. Like I really enjoy doing this. Um, so it doesn't really matter if I had, I'm glad, like I've always said, I'm glad, I appreciate everyone who watches, right? But it doesn't matter if my channel wasn't where it is now and it was still what it was 4 years ago. I'd still be enjoying doing it because I just enjoy doing it. And, knowing that there's at least that 1, 2 people that watch it is great, you know? Um,
Well,
but
that's a good advice. That's good teaching, man. That's good
if,
teaching because you
if
gotta enjoy it, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you have to enjoy it. Like, don't do it. Like, some people get really discouraged because people aren't watching anymore, right? Like Gray Man, the Gray Man gets, oh, no one watches my videos and stuff like that. It's like, I feel like when you kind of say that a lot, you start to it's kind of not showing appreciation for the people who do watch you because
Yeah, that's
no matter
great.
how, even for those super small channels that only average 10, 20, like there are some channels, like I'll give you a perfect example. A couple of years ago, remember I used to do the weekly hauls, right? And every week I would shout out a channel. There was this one week where I shouted out this channel, and his name's Comics for Life or something. Gary, I talk to him a lot now. Like ever since I did the shout out, I've become his friend. Like he talks to me, right? Because I'm the only person who's ever shouted it out. So when I looked at his channel, at the time he was on 85 subscribers. So I looked at his channel and I went, because he was like, his latest video was like comic haul number whatever it was. And I was like, how long has this guy been doing YouTube? And I found out he'd been doing YouTube for 5 years. Comic Haul number 1 was 5 years ago, longer than that now. He's been doing it for longer. But he'd been doing it for so long, and he was only on 85 subs, and his channels gets 1 to 10 average views, right? And I'm like, for someone to do it for that long, to not even have the community get behind him enough to get 100 subscribers, and to average that small view, to still be doing it in 5 years is so awesome. And then I plugged him, and then we got him over 100, and he was so grateful. He was like, "Man, no one's ever done that for me." Right? But that's the thing. People always say, "Community this, community that." I'm so supportive of the community, but are you? Are you? I just feel like people toss that word around a little bit too much, but they're really just talking about their own little, friendship group. I don't know. I'm bitter and old. But
Well, I
you know
mean,
what I mean? But for him to do that, can you imagine that? 5 years of doing this, you're less than 100 subs, and videos get anywhere from 1 to 10 views. Like, to do that, you must really enjoy
okay,
doing it.
okay. Here, okay. Uh, Simple Simon, Simon. I have a. I think this is my fifth channel.
Yes, you've got a
This is
lot.
my.
And I hate it. I hate it when you post the same video on all 3 channels. I'm like, why did you do that, NammaN?
What do I do?
I think there's a couple of times where you've done the video, you posted a video, and you've posted it on all the channels, so they
Oh
all
yeah,
come
I
up.
like to.
I'm like,
I want to do that for like a holidays, because each one of them have their own viewers, and I just want to greet the people, right, that watches it, So that's. I don't want to say Happy Thanksgiving just to comic crowd. I want to
okay,
say
well,
Happy
something like that
Thanksgiving.
might be different, but just promote it on your. That's why I don't like the sharing the stream thing. Just promote it on your community page. People will still see it. Anyway, what are you gonna say?
Yeah, okay, I get it. But uh, the what was I thinking? Well,
You're
no,
talk. You're about you. Yep.
it goes. So my oldest channel goes back 10 years, and I've seen a lot of channel. I mean that I used to watch. I mean I've seen these guys watch 400. They go up to, then I never get to see these guys have a personal conversation with them anymore. And I throughout all those years, I see them pass by and pass by and pass by, and I'm I guess I must love doing this,
You do.
you know.
Especially once you find the community. Like, I understand. Like Mad Spidey, he loves the community, and I used to be just like that, right? I loved when I first found the community because, like, this is so cool. I never thought I'd sort of like make friends, I guess, with people on the other side of the world through doing this. Like, it was never part of the plan. So when I found that, it was so awesome. And you know what? That's an important thing. That would be my advice for YouTube, right? My first advice would be like, never take advice from another YouTuber. Do what you want to do. That'd be my first advice. Don't listen to SimpleSimon. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't even have 5,000 subs, right? But I see. I started another sentence now. I forgot my original thought. I just subbed my friend. There you go. See, I got you a sub.
Katana. Oh, he's talking about this one.
Oh, how the hell? He must be watching on TV. If he could see that, he's definitely watching on TV. Oh, show us your blade, mate.
Huh?
Show us the blade. Is that thing sharp?
No, I haven't. That's a old katana. I haven't taken care of it for a long time. But yeah, I'm not gonna take the blade out. Yeah, uh, I I I I I mess with weapons quite a bit.
They're impossible to
I,
have here. You can't get weapons
huh?
down here. You can't
Huh?
have weapons down here. You have to have licenses and stuff. It's very hard.
Oh, really? The swords?
Yeah, swords, you can't have them.
Oh, really?
I think back in the day you could, but then a lot of laws came in where even replicas, like we can't bring in like a replica if it looks
Oh, really?
too real. Yeah. We can't
Oh,
import them. Um, and a lot of things you have to have a license for here. I'm pretty sure that includes swords.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what was I saying anyway? Like you say, I'm losing the thoughts right now.
I think I was about to give my YouTube advice, and then I drifted off and gave you the "don't listen to me" first, and then I forgot what I was actually going to say.
But no, we immediately listened to you because you said no, listen to you. We mean so first one was I think first one was do what you want to do. I think that's fair advice, right?
Oh, that's right.
Love
No,
what you do.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. All right. So the other thing, right? I think this is very important to making YouTube, especially when you start off. You need to find your community. So every single YouTube genre that you're going to do, there's some sort of community out there,
Mhm.
right? You have to find those other small creators because that's how you really get a kickstart, I think. For people who are literally just able to do it, no community, they just make content and then everyone watches them. Like they've just got, most of us aren't going to have that. Most of us don't have, like there's this YouTuber. I think she's always made like TikTok sort of content, but she shares her dad's toy collection. But she's like, really pretty and stuff. So I stumbled across her channel and it was her first video. And I looked and I was like, I watched the video and then I looked and I was like, wait, this video got released 1 day ago and she's got like 800 subs, right? And she said it's her first video. So I commented, I was like, did you just gain 800 subscribers on your first day? She goes, yeah, crazy, right? Well, that was probably 2 to 3 months ago, and she's over 10,000 now.
Yeah, if I if that I think that's what is discouraging, most discouraging, right? You a bit like a Locke say he had it for 14 years, right?
There you
And
go.
I had the other channel that I had over 15 years ago, whatever. I mean, I got 300 subs, right? And I got 60 subs in one of them. Actually, on my political channel, I started a political channel. I don't remember Andrew Yang. I supported Andrew Yang one time, and in 6 months, I went from zero to like 600 subs. Uh, and if I kept on at it, I would have probably, but I just,
That that's another thing. You need to constantly have momentum. Like I've seen a lot of channels who had not huge, but bigger than 1,000. Like channels that would get okay views, like in the hundreds and hundreds, and then they took a break and they disappeared for 6 to 9 months. And then when they came back, their channel never recovered from that break. I've seen that a lot. So I've never taken a break. I think if you're going to take a break, well, 1 month maximum. You know,
or maybe
um,
start a new channel.
all that, all that. If you think you got like Perry found the formula eventually, and then he started all these new channels, and he clearly has the formula to do it. His gaming channel he started got to 1,000 within like it was like a month or two. He did it purely through shorts, though, I think. So
Yeah,
But
I feel like if I kept with the shorts, I probably could have got 1,000.
but put it this way, mate, the shorts don't make you. If you want to get monetized, the shorts don't make you nothing, like nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I clicked on something that showed me my lifetime of what I've made since monetization, and my lifetime in shorts, I couldn't believe it how small it was. It's so minimum that unless you're getting millions of views, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it. It's good for your growth. It's definitely good for growth of your channel, I think. But also, never like I got told if you do too many and they start taking like if your shorts are constantly getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views, but your long form videos aren't, then YouTube's going to start pushing your short content more. So I never want that to happen to me. Never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I want to be a long form content creator. Like I don't. Yeah.
I'm a long form creator. I mean, and most I kind of look at it as a journal, my
Yeah.
personal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Like, mate, like that's really cool. Like to be able to look, like I said to Sarah, I was like, man, when I'm old and retired, I'm too old to edit. I'll go back and watch our videos. And I'll go back and watch a lot of my old content and be like, oh man, look how skinny I was back then.
Oh, actually, um, I made a Rubik's Cube video on my other channel. My other channel is called Drawman, Jack of all, master of none channel.
Yeah,
So I do
I'm sub to
everything,
that one.
right?
Yeah, I'm sub to that.
Anyway, I had a Rubik's Cube video. I had like six reviews. It was like 7 series, right? Anyway, I had a stroke, and I was in the hospital, and I told my daughter, "Hey, bring me Rubik's Cube because I want to know if I could remember it." I can remember it.
Did you film
So
that?
I made a YouTube video.
Oh, so you filmed this like when you after you had the stroke.
No, 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 no. No,
You
I
made
did.
Ruby. Oh, so you watched the video to remember how to do it, was it? Or
Yeah, yeah, I watched my own videos how to do it. The reason I
you
made
should.
it because
Yeah,
my mom. Yeah, now you tell me. Now you tell me. At the time, my brain was half gone. By the way, but so the reason I made that video because my mom had a stroke, and doctor doctor told me that she should do puzzles like Rubik's cubes, and that will help her. So I made that video just for her. I even used Korean,
yeah.
besides English, so she will listen to it. Uh, and I made that video just for her, and it turns out that I used them to, and and I finally figured out all the moves on the Rubik's cube because I watched my own video.
Mate,
So
now if you filmed that in the hospital, that imagine a video. Can I still solve a Rubik's cube after a stroke? And then your 14-year-old or your 10-year-old channel would just take off to the stratosphere, and you'd be a hero.
but uh, but what I'm saying is that I look at this thing as a journal, my own journal,
Yep,
you know, and I'm sorry if I want to make a quality video, even just for myself, and it turns out that the Rubik's cube video I made was sufficient enough for me to learn how to do it,
that's cool. That's a cool
you
story.
know. So
I use Facebook for that. So I don't use Facebook anymore. Like I don't make posts. I don't interact. So I go on there sometimes and I have a look, but I never like a post. I never comment on a post because I want my presence to be unknown there. But the only posts I make on my personal Facebook page are life events. So I haven't really been posting on there for years. But like when my dad passed away, I made a post. When my cat passed away, I made a post. And I did that because when I look back at Facebook, when I did actively use it, I use that now as a timeline of my life of like, oh, when did this happen? I'll go back to a photo I know I posted on Facebook 15 years ago. Oh, I know that was then. I know I worked at this place then because of this photo. I kind of, that's the only reason I like Facebook and having it is because I can go back and look at the timeline of my life. So in the
Yeah.
last 3 or 4 years, all I've ever done is posted like life events, like, oh, I just quit my job of 19 years and I'm starting here. So I know,
Um,
oh, that's when that happened. So if I ever need to, I can go back and find out the date. That's pretty much all I use it for. But yeah, YouTube's a good one too. It's a video journal, you
yeah,
know?
actually, YouTube. I mean, Facebook. That's a really good idea because Facebook nowadays randomly come up on my phone saying, "Hey, do you remember this event? Remember this
Yeah.
event?" I go, "Oh yeah, that happened 6 years ago. That happened 7 years ago." I look back and like,
Yeah. I was gonna say, for me, when I get that, hey, 10 years ago you posted this, and I look at what I posted, I was like, that's why I don't post anymore, because I used to say the dumbest shit. Oh man, some of the stuff I used to post was so cringe. And I like, the funny thing is, I know people that that are around my age that still post that stuff. I'm like, why do you need to have that out in the world? Why do you need to say something? I'll give you an example. Like one of my posts will just randomly say like "F the world." That would just be
oh
all.
no.
That's all I said. Why do I need to why did I feel the need to say, because a lot of people will do stuff like that, right? And it's obvious. Like, don't don't bait us into asking you what's wrong. Just tell us what's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I posted that because I was having a bad day, right? Like, but why? Why did I have to post that? I could have just, yeah, I don't know. That's how
I I I I had I took my kids to this is I just got I took my kids to Grand Canyon from here, DC. I took 2 week vacation. My wife didn't want to go, uh, so I went to South Carolina and we did a sort of like a. I didn't go all the way to California. We went to Grand Canyon and came back. And we visit different cities and stuff. In between that time, we camped at the Grand Canyon and all that stuff. And I have that photo. I put that on the Facebook, and Facebook, you know, remind me of that. And right now I cannot even drive right now because of my stroke. But and I used to love taking road trips, and I go, oh man, I remember taking my kids doing road trip with them. It's a great way to, you know, I
bond.
mean, great way to. Then I tell my, then I say, hey, you guys remember this? So now I got another additional, you know, oh yeah, Dad sent us this post when he had a stroke, whatever. But uh, I don't know. It's yeah, I think that's a great way to use Facebook, you know, and I probably think same thing about YouTube, you know, uh,
Yeah, like
where
I
I use.
can't. Sarah and I are going to Japan in October. So I really want to try to convince her to be like, hey, I understand if you don't want to be in every single video, but it'd be nice if you were just, because at the end of the day, this is like a holiday for us too, right? And yeah, I understand that Sarah kind of gets frustrated sometimes because I film everything. But at the end of the day, I'm filming my memories. Like before I made videos, like photos have always been, when I was younger, photos were everything to me, right? They were like memories. But now I never take photos. Everything's video. Like I'll go to a con, right? I'll get home and realize, oh, I didn't take any photos of anything. Everything's just video and everything's just for my YouTube. Like,
I got those 5 gig. I got like 3 or 4 hard drives just full. Yeah,
yeah, I've got a bunch. I've got what am I up to? I've got at least 6, I reckon, and they're all
yeah.
like 500 gig to a terabyte.
Well, yeah, my wife gets tired of it too. She don't want to be on my video because, but um, I don't know. I don't know if am I being delusional? Am I being delusional that someday this will be watched by my grandkids and whatnot? Am I being
Well,
delusional?
I think it's a good thing that it can be. So who knows if they will watch it, but I think it's a really nice thought that it's here forever and your grandkids can. Oh, did you know your grandfather did YouTube? Oh, really? and then they can watch it, and they'll be like, "Oh, I really like this guy with the red hair. Who's his name?"
Let's look him up. Oh man, he's a freaking superstar now. My grandfather knew this guy. Wow. Man. Oh man.
Yeah, I
Are you
know.
gonna?
Maybe we should wrap it up soon, mate. We've gone as long as a bloody Joe Rogan podcast, mate. 3 hours nearly.
Yeah. Also, I think um, Otaku is gonna run another stream here. I
Yeah, didn't
suppose
you
at
say he
10,
was going live at 11? It's like
11,
what time is it
10:20
now?
now. 10:20 right now.
Okay, okay. I was looking at my time. I was like, it's way past 11.
Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah. Let's close up. Hey, thanks, chat. All 5 of you out there watching, appreciate you.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got up to 7. We got up to 7 when we talked about
yeah,
drama. So
those are 2 other people that were here. They were here for the drama.
shout out to Matt H for coming over from the Simpleverse.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Appreciate you. Nope, thanks. Nope, you're supposed to be up here, Nope. All right, let's end this stream. Have a good
Is
one,
this going to go
guys.
backstage?
Yeah.